Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. This is the Backfire Simsport TV TCR Challenge Cup season 20. That's right, 20. Can you believe it? We're in week 5 at Zandvoort. We're on the Nationaal. I should put more A's in that just to wind wobbly up. But yes, I am Pete Bingham, and I'm joined in the booth by Jay Corley. Good evening.
Good evening. How are we doing today, Pete?
Oh, fantastic. Could not be better for being at this wonderful circuit here in Holland. It's a sunny day here as well. We'll have a look at weather in a minute, but we've got a 23-degree track, which is actually quite toasty compared to what we've had recently. And this is a play on a familiar theme, isn't it? We go to Zandvoort quite a lot, but to actually get this layout, I think we're quite privileged. I think this is one of the best versions of this track in existence. Obviously, I'm saying this purely to wind up wobbly. So
I was going to say.
Oh dear. It's difficult to swallow, this one, isn't it?
It's a very polarizing track. You'll find with this sort of layout where there's hot lapping it's going to be quite fun. Racing it is going to be extremely challenging. The circuit does cut out half of what is an absolutely classic track, one of my favourite tracks in iRacing, and rightly so. I think some people are sort of having second thoughts about racing this one, but once you actually get onto the track, once you're actually in a battle with somebody, it's really just becomes a challenge of consistency and concentration.
Yeah, I've raced this version of this circuit before, I think in TCRs, but it was a lot of seasons ago. Maybe when we were in TCR, when it was GT4 TCR, the LMS series.
Oh yes.
And I mean that's a few years ago now, isn't it? I enjoyed it. I do prefer the full circuit. I have to admit that. I love that sailing bit. You see the bit, folks, where it's got that hairpin bend right at the bottom of the track on your screens. And you would sail down that right hand as we're looking at it towards the bottom of what we're looking at, and then you would continue over the brow of a hill, down, round a right hand turn, which goes into a sequence of right hand bends, and then turns back left onto where this hairpin comes back again. It's a nice series of turns. It's almost, like Jay said, half the track is missing. But what we've got is going to be dynamic, and it's going to be very, very interesting, I am sure. So we've got quite a lot of drivers in tonight. We've got even more than I told you about a minute ago, Jay. We've got 32 drivers now.
Wow, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for this. The smile is amazing.
Yeah. We've got about 6 new drivers. I'll try and get them, but not all of them are on track. So Jack James, let me get a bit closer to this car because the paint job on this car is great. I can't get any nearer than this at the moment. In fact, if I did, where's my chase cam? Where's that? No. Yeah. That's a pretty nice paint job. I saw it on the template. This guy, you've got the real numbers. My SDK's gone funny, like I said to you. It's giving me rounded numbers, believe it or not. It's saying that Jack has got 6,400 IR, but everybody is rounded numbers on my screen, which is bizarre. I like that paint
Same
job.
with mine, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, must be. I don't mind it though. It makes it easier than us going his 6,432.
Very true.
527.
Yeah, good point. But that must be a development on SDK's side, because I didn't trigger any of that. Jaden Scott, and he was here before. Right, Salvatore Gueli. He's a privateer. No, he's not. He's for TRP Racing. I think I should know TRP. I've seen them before. Not got paint on at the minute. I'm sure that will come eventually. This is his first race with us, so welcome to Jack and to Salvatore. We've also got, just joined the racing circuit, Chesney van den Broek. I hope that's how you say his name, and I haven't butchered it. And he's with Rita Engineering Esports. Also with Rita are a couple of other drivers, but they're not on the track at the moment, so I'll try and catch them when they are. that includes Liam O'Sullivan and Ben Mulryan. We've also got, obviously, from last week's rejoin of Jamie Jeffrey in that unicorn-powered Elantra. So he was back last time. Ralph Cullinan has rejoined us. He is currently in the pits. And who else? I'm looking up the standings. There is another one, and I've lost him now. Is he in or not? He might not be in tonight. Oh, there, Oliver Cotton. Also for Rita Engineering Esports. They came heavy, mob-handed, Jay. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and it just shows how word of mouth really is one of the best ways to grow. With a slightly depleted grid at the start of the season, it just seems like every single week we're just welcoming a fantastic group of drivers, a different amount every single week, and they're all staying and everyone's absolutely loving it. As we've seen from all the rest of the races we've had this season, there's been some extremely tight battles all up and down the grid, so no matter where these new people are coming in, I'm pretty sure we're going to see plenty of them on the camera tonight fighting with the amount of ferocity and respect that we've come to love in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening too on the chat, John in West Texas. It's crowded house tonight, mate. Great to see you back on our streams. Brilliant. And who else have we got? David Ayres on the chat. While he's on the chat, he's not flashing his lights, so that can only be a good thing for all of us. And of course, the mighty Alan Toon. He sent me a lovely message today and said that you and I have become a really good team already, Jay. So, I mean, that's high praise.
High praise.
It is,
absolutely.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Alan. That means a lot, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. So, where are we? Oh, top of your timing towers is Wobbly of Kneecaps. On his home track, I should point out, or one of them. Talk us through what happened recently, Jay. You had a race with him, didn't you? Don't say what happened at the end of it, because that's just annoying. But
oh, it was just like every single, from what we expect from Wobbly, just like every single trick in the book. Like, actually got out of his car at one point and tried letting down my tires. He like paying one of the marshals to throw a spanner at me. Like, oh, just absolutely action-packed. Things that you'd love to see.
Okay.
Without telling you the result.
Brilliant stuff. That is probably the best description I've ever heard. That's great. Right, let's get a camera on someone. Because that was a bit boring for a second there. With the camera work, at least. I am a terrible cameraman. Right, who else do we need to... Right, let's have a look at the standings. Where are the standings? Standings, please. There we go. Right, so pro category. We are still looking at the left-hand column, folks, because we're not at halfway through the season. We will switch to the right-hand column at halfway through the season. Let your eyes drift across, because it's important that you should and indeed do. You've got... Stephen Walker out in front at the moment. He is out in front overall. Let's make no bones about it. But if we look down to Wobbly Weber, then he is technically Jay, second with drop weeks. That's a worry, isn't it? Because should he ever win this league, we will never hear the end of it. It will be a disgraceful time. It's a worry. So we need Casper, Pete, Stephen, Renee. Sam, please get back in here, will you? We need the consolidated effort to stop Wobbly winning this league, don't we, Jay?
I mean, I'd hate to, in the position that we're in, to have to use selective hearing when one of our competitors speaks, but I'm already taking lessons.
Excellent, good. Liam O'Sullivan is on the track now, and his paint job is really nice, actually. I like that.
I love it.
Lovely. Have you seen
amazing.
it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen the car behind him on track? Who is that? That might be Oliver. It is. Have a look at Oliver's as well, because that's, they're different colours but the same team.
Yeah, I do. I love that with teams, and see it with a lot of racing series. Same design, but slightly different colours here and there, and sometimes you just get a design that you can put any colour on it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So Yeah, that's I think that might be one of my favourite liveries of the season.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Especially the badge just above the grille. They've put their own badge on there as well. It reminds me of the Alfa
Hang on a
Romeo.
minute. We're gonna have to show this because everybody's going, "What are you on about?"
I swear
Live.
I haven't like taken anything dodgy. Just
So
yeah,
the blue car.
triangle.
Yeah, the blue car was Jack. This is Oliver. Oliver Cossum. But that is a nice paint scheme. I can't get any closer. Well, I can get closer by doing the nose thing that I did a minute ago. Let's do that. Is it this one? No. This one? No. It's always the other one. There. So, again, this is the third of them that we've seen. There's 4 in this team.
That's hot. I like it.
That's nice, isn't it? That's going to stand out in a crowd. That's lovely.
Everyone, I'm not talking nonsense. Look above the Hyundai badge. I love, it's just got a nice little sort of like Lamborghini Alfa Romeo. Without actually costing the same as a top-end Alfa Romeo or Lambo.
Right, let's return to the standings. Pro-Am. Michael Hall has taken over the lead of this championship. Jamie Wilson was the previous leader. There's nothing in it though. Only 3 points on the left-hand column, Jay. This one's tighter than a... We'll go with submarine door this time, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, better I do. In the right-hand column, he is leading by even more. So Michael Hall had a great outing for a few races, to be honest. Very solid. He's in your ex-team, isn't he?
Yes, raced with Michael for a couple of races. We didn't get too long with each other, but I've spotted him in a couple of officials as well. And just like in BSTV, just nice bit of consistency, a really good racecraft IQ as well. I think knows when to take the battle and when to just either lay it up or fight another one instead.
Yeah, it's a good way of working that. A good racing IQ. Pete Van Gool and Tony Walker for Result Clothing, bringing in third and fourth, and both of them doing very, very well. If you drift to the right-hand column as well. And then Stefan, it's great to see Stefan fighting up at the top end. He's such a stalwart of our leagues. He races all the time, basically. And it's good to see him in the top 5 there, and it's working out for him this season. It's great. And he's maintaining that top 5 even when your eyes drift across. Or is he? Because if you look, if you look far enough down, you'll find Freddie Van Eekhoven, Jay. On 562 points. If we were on the right-hand column, he'd be in 3rd place. That's the critical difference, isn't it, with having a drop week in there?
Absolutely, and you couldn't have picked a better league or a better division within this league to actually have a look at this, because this table has just been gone topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
I swear the order was actually like, I swear the top 10 were actually the other way round after like the second round.
Yeah.
It's just been absolutely everywhere, and it's who can outlast the other. And this one is, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes right to the last race of the season.
Yeah, I think it's going to. Everybody's popping up at the top of this one at random times. It's brilliant and lovely to see JB Dejay in the top 10. He will keep his top 10 if my numbers are crunching correctly. So with the right-hand column, but we'll see what happens by the time he gets there. AM class is it's a bit more divided. So Daniel Lewis has had some excellent starts this season. He's qualified well. We're just tripping into qualifying in the actual race session, by the way. He's qualified very, very well. He's got a toe off a number of people, but that's part of the game, isn't it, Jay? Get your advantages when you can.
Especially with this open qualifying, as everyone already knows, with the iRacing, you're put into your own individual session. When it comes to our qualifying, everyone is out on track, so it's up to you to utilize any advantage you can get. And as we can see with Daniel's position right now in the table, it's been largely helped by where he starts on the grid, and you've got to take every single bit of slipstream that you can in these cars, which are notoriously bad for keeping said slipstream.
Yeah. I'm going to rip through the next few standings. So, team standings. Hydro Race Geodesic are not as massively out in front as they were. Result X Pure Sims have closed down that gap. And then we've got Result Clothing. So Result very well represented in the top 5, obviously. Then we've got Cutting Corny in 4th. They usually have a massive tranche of fans. We've got quite a lot of people watching at the minute, Jay. And then Hydro Race Racing Forces in 5th place. So that one is open for me. It looked like it was going to be an absolute lockout at the beginning of last week's race. But it just goes to show what 1 week's difference makes, Jay.
Oh yeah, one week could change everything, and I'm actually no offense to GSS, but I'm actually a little bit relieved that they have dropped the points that they had. I thought they'd go run away with it, but now with a little bit of pressure, how do they cope with said pressure?
Yeah, how do they cope when Sam Blees is not racing again this evening? That leaves it open to only multiple previous champion Stephen Walker and the fastest driver never to win the series, Wobbly. You know, they're weak. Sarcasm. Driver of the meeting, Freddie Van Eekhoven, Jamie Wilson and Casper all share the top spot with Tom Woodcock, Tony Walker and Daniel Lewis sharing 2nd place effectively. So that one's still pretty tight and not much to talk about there yet. And then Sir Alan's Safe Driver Award. This will remain Sir Alan's Safe Driver Award forever. Daniel Lewis has popped his name at the top of this now, with Dale Bennison in 2nd place now. He's just drifted a little, and Paul Hurley. Now you'll notice, Jay, that all the top 4 drivers are in the AM class.
Yeah, and it just goes
Actually,
to show,
Paul Hurley
like,
might not be. Paul Hurley, what is Paul Hurley?
No, I think Paul is as well.
No, I think Paul Hurley is. Yeah. So all of them in the AM class. Remarkable.
Yeah, it just goes to show if there's anyone who ever comes in thinking, oh, I'm too low I rating, or I don't think I'm going to be quick enough. Well, you see the names there. Everyone who's in that top 3 all been battling each other or getting to learn the car, and it's paid dividends from with consistency in the championship, but also just the fact that just shows that us high rating drivers were just dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Absolutely. All using those sacrificial 1Xs. Right, let's. Right, we got Wobbly chasing down. I don't know which of the Rita cars that is at the minute. I've got to get familiar with them at the moment.
It'd be Liam in front of him.
Is it? Right, he's bailed out on that lap anyway. Right, let me see if I can find Ralph. So Ralph Cullinan has rejoined the league again. So great to see him in a TCR. Welcome back to the league. Didn't get to see him before, he wasn't on track. But I'm absolutely convinced that Alan soon will be buzzing about that one, because he's in the Safeguard by Result car. Even if he's in the council colours right now, he just needs to upload a paint. That's all that's going on there. Right, who do you want to drive around the track with, Jay? For those of you that don't know, Jay Corley does amazing track introductions for all the cars and their individual nuances for all these TCR tracks and more. If you go to his YouTube channel, you'll find anything you ever want to know about how to drive these tracks. That might be overcooking it a bit, Jay, but I'm plugging it for you. He's got more fans than we've got. He is a legend.
I don't know about that, but
signatures are available on photographs for, is it 20 quid a go, Jay? Something like that. And they
starting price.
Starting price, yeah. They get more and more expensive the less clothing he's wearing in the photograph. So you can do your own math. I think the top one is £1,000. Right, okay.
I haven't even announced that myself yet. How is it?
Oh, sorry. That was a world's first, folks. A world's first. We're going to go round a lap with Liam O'Sullivan. This should be interesting. Not because I'm not taking the what's it there. I'm just saying he's a new driver and he's the first one coming round the last turn. And Jay, I'm going to hand it over to you as we charge towards the start-finish straight.
Fantastic. Well, this layout provides a fantastic challenge in a busy grid, but starting with turn 1, Tajan Bocht, we're going to be breaking at the 100 board. You want to aim for a very slight wider entry into the corner. The end game is to use the camber to swing the car into a late apex. Turn 2, get the braking towards the end of the left curve, just enough to cut off the speed, navigate around the corner. Now it's time for Hohen Holzsport. The corner is designed with progressive banking. The top is much higher slope than the bottom, which means you can rim the bowl and give yourself a nice launch out. Next up is a tricky hairpin. You can take the same line as turn 1 or keep tight throughout. The hairpin is tighter at the start before it slowly curves away. You'll be seeing many drivers cutting that a bit too early and getting some slowdowns. Next up, the Hans Ernst chicane is another tricky. It requires a little more patience than most. Ride the right-hand sausage curb into another cambered chicane and patience with a fossil on exit. Cutting the sausage curb too much may unsettle the car and give an off-track and slowdown. The turn 9 banking point is a light dab between the 50 board and the left of the curb. You do want to be aiming at keeping as much speed and momentum as possible and using exit curves. And then finally, I don't know about my pronunciation for this one, but Bocht. It's just about keeping as tight as you can into it and letting the car's momentum sweep you out to the outside for the finish.
That was absolutely millisecond perfect. And I didn't know you could speak Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sensational. There was no better response to my question than yeah. Right, that's brilliant. Honestly, it's like you've got it written down in front of you. Right.
Go comment on that one.
No, definitely don't. Great to see Jamie Wilson with such a high qualifying time so far. We're halfway through already, folks, so don't forget this is a heat session in iRacing. You don't get to finish a lap after the clock ticks over 15 minutes. You will be chinned out of the session, so you've got to get it done, and your last lap ticks over with 14 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock. Otherwise, you're not getting your time. I am stunned, Jay, that 1 second appears to cover 18 cars. Am I reading that right or not?
You're reading that exactly right. The top 17 were a mixture of Pro Am, and a single Am, no prizes for guessing
Lewis.
which one that is,
Yeah.
is separating the top 17. We still are only on 7 minutes and 53 seconds of qualifying. There's quite a few people, I think, going in for fresh tyres.
Oh my God, you're joking. Is this what Jamie Wilson's doing? Actually, yeah, you're right.
Potentially. Go see a lot of people reset into the pits as well, maybe if they want to, or just resetting a little bit of fuel, getting those pit entrances in. But a lap around here is less than 1 minute 15. So the amount of laps you can actually get in those 15 minutes is gigantic compared to, say, Monza, Spa, or any of those GP style tracks. So these, I expect a surprise to come soon. I think we could get an Am. Actually, we already have one. Carl Harley is already in the top 3, with Jamie Wilson right behind. So the Pro-Ams are really taking advantage of that. Is a great entrance.
That was brilliant. Oh my God.
Carl Hardy showing us how it's done.
That's
has a pair of
unbelievable.
Sunglasses on underneath that helmet.
Too right. Needs them. That looked so stylish, didn't it? That would look brilliant. Wow. And Rene Earhart, 2nd place. Where is the mighty, I say that tongue-in-cheek, Wobbly?
Struggling down in 14th place at the moment. Going to be starting on the row 7 if my maths is correct. It's not British education system for you. But yeah, I'm actually shocked Wobbly isn't at least in the top 6 right now, but maybe he's just waiting until the end. I don't know if the state of the track is actually getting cooler or warmer. I'll be shocked if it's getting cooler.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, that's a good
see
point.
how this lap's going to go.
Hang on, I can bring that up, can I? Let's have a quick look at track temperature. So it's going up. Track temperature's gone up.
To start off at 19 degrees, the actual track temperature, it's saying for me at the moment, is exactly 25 degrees.
Right.
So it is getting a little bit warmer, so they need to hurry up and get some of these laps in. There's 5 minutes left with Wobbly finally getting into that top 10. having a look at the timing at the moment, there's plenty of people putting some personal bests in. But Stephen Walker actually puts in a fastest of a session yet. Sector 2 puts him all the way up into third.
Look at second place.
Yeah, already a cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous paint job. I'm sorry, the purple one, Jack's paint scheme, I think is the best of all of them. I know the blue and the orange stand out way more, but I love purple, so I am completely fickle on that point. Right, who else have we got? Oliver Cotton. We saw him in his orange livery before. There he is, emerging. Anybody else that we didn't see previously? Chesney's not got a paint scheme on just yet for Rita, but or writer. I don't know how the proper pronunciation is. I should ask somebody who's good at languages. Jay, how do you spell?
Oh, no.
I'm only kidding, mate.
I call him Big C.
Big C. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. So, and Wobbly has now taken the top spot. So he's proving that this is his home track. He's just annihilated everybody, really. But 1 second now appears to cover the top 21 cars, Jay.
Yeah, a top 20, all within a
Top
second
20,
of
sorry.
each other.
Top 20, yeah.
I cannot wait, but I'm also extremely scared as to how this first lap's going to go.
Yeah, that hairpin, folks, is going to be... Yeah, it's going to be dream or disaster, isn't it, Jay, ultimately? Everybody piling in there. Nobody's going to want to give it up. Oh, look at Ben as well. Ben, new to us. He's not got a paint scheme on for Writer yet. Rita. But he will do eventually. This is the council colours. Just very, very, very quickly for the folks watching who might be new and might be following any of the new teams and drivers that have joined. If the car has orange in the window banner or on the number board, they are an AM class driver, the developing driver. Usually lower I rating, but that's not always a good indicator because some people only race leagues and never officials. So we'll have to see where these guys actually pop out. If they've got green in their banner or number board, as is the case with Liam O'Sullivan, then they are in the Pro-Am class, the centre class, with slightly higher I ratings generally, and a bit more skill behind the wheel, a bit more experience possibly. If they have blue in the window and on the number boards, they are Pro class and the top class, usually dizzying I ratings that I can only dream of, and that the likes of Jay Corley, etc., monster on a day-by-day basis. Anything over 3.5k is worthy of the Pro class. And then the mighty and the fine, the great and the good, have, if you can even see it, I'm going to have to go to the other camera here, a blue banner but with yellow writing on yellow number boards. They are previous champions of our series, such is the case for Stephen Walker. And Simon Trundle if he was in but he's not racing. Or Stan Blease if he was racing, etc, etc. I could continue. But yeah, there's not many of them, is there, Jay, really? We've had, I think we've got about 6 current ex-champion drivers in this series.
6, wow.
Yeah, not in this particular season though. That's it. It's a coveted prize. Stephen Walker's got some of my wood that I pushed into his letterbox, into his box. Miguel's got some of my wood as well. Simon Trundle has, but that's it so far since we launched the trophies. For this series, folks, these are the trophies, or likes of the trophies that are up for grabs. V8 ESC is on the left, TCR is on the right. You know, we've handed out all of those that are on the screen there, apart from the season 16 champion that's still being fought for V8 ESC. And I have purchased but not yet received all the ones for seasons 20 and 21 for TCR, and some team ones this time for seasons 20 and 21 as well. I think the trophies make just a little bit of a difference, don't they, Jay? It invites people to turn up for something a little bit more than bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging rights are great, especially when you can use them as weapons against your fellow competitors. But having your hands on a trophy, especially 2 hands on a trophy, is I would imagine. I haven't won one myself yet, but I would imagine it's a fantastic feeling.
Yeah. So, we are going to trip over to the race. Just give me a sec. I need to extend gridding. Just a minute. I've got to wait for somebody to join the grid. Thank you, Andrew Littler. I'm going to get myself a camera in the right and relevant position. I'll choose Ben. And we'll try. There we go. Stop flashing your lights. Fee and, well, everybody in work guard. Oh, right. It's kicked me out. Oh, because Ben's left the track for a second. We'll go with Jamie Jeffrey. He's not qualified well. That's unusual. Right, okay, so Wobbly will lead us away tonight as the pole man. Stop flashing lights. Pete Newman will go off in second place, Stephen Walker third, fourth will be Casper. Jack James fifth, that's a great result. Renee Earhart sixth, Carl Hardy seventh, Jamie Wilson eighth, ninth will be Liam O'Sullivan, Jaden Scotton 10th. I wonder if I can move the camera. 11th, Deck Crowther. Freddie will go off in 12th place. 13th will be Pete Van Gull, PVG. Christian Kramer off 14th. 15th will be Ben Mulryan. Tony Walker off 16th. Michael Hall off 17th. Demis Tigchular off 18th. 19th will be Daniel Lewis. 20th will be Oliver Cossum. 21st will be Anthony Hilton. Stefan Goebel off 22nd. 23rd will be Salvatore Gueli. 24th even will be Jamie Jeffrey, well out of position. 25th will be JBDJ, Paul Hurley off 26th, 27th will be Jura Larkinen, Ralph Cullinan off 28th, 29th will be Chris Dixon, Chesney Van den Broek will go off 30th, hope I'm saying that right, 31st will be Fiona Siddons, and Andy Littler will be 32nd. Hopefully I got everybody right in the right names and right order. Oh, that's a good view, isn't it? I should have gone with that the first time. There we go. Nope, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. They're all bad cameras, Jay. What am I going to do? There we go. Right, okay. I didn't actually press anything. Who is that? Is that Renee? I thought better of you, Renee, than a flashy light boy. I expect that of the work guard cars, I have to say, and anybody from Result. Right, Jay, here they come the lights. 5 lights. They go out. We're racing here at Zandvoort. Fingers crossed for that first hairpin, eh?
Oh yeah, it's and straight away Wobbly doing exactly what he actually did to me earlier in the week. Old habits die hard. But he gets straight in, and with a geodesic car on the outside as well, Pete Newman going to have to do quite a bit to try and keep that second place and the gap between both the Geo cars. But a relatively clean first hairpin. Let's see how everybody takes the bowl. You can take many different lines on here, but I bet not many here have taken them more than 2 or 3 wide. But so far, so good. Wobbly's still in the lead, and everybody seeming to get out of there pretty,
that was
pretty
good, wasn't it?
tastily, actually. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Next hairpin, where it got a bit of a Constantina going on there, but a lot of
Everybody round, though.
but everyone getting, yeah. I'm actually really surprised how clean this has got so far.
Yeah, that's good. Michael Hall and Christian Kramer having a bit of a ding-dong battle here. Michael Hall went down the outside of everybody into the hairpin. I think he got about 4 positions just off that one hairpin.
Absolutely incredible.
It was 4 positions. Wow. Casper.
Yep.
The top 3 have gone, I think. Oh, look at this behind, though. Wow.
What a view.
That was amazing.
See,
that was amazing.
When you see that many cars
my
interchanging positions, all driving
Oh,
really
3 wide.
wow, 3 wide on the first hairpin. It's literally
No way.
a little bit of contact
Oh, a
there,
little
but
bit.
Everyone sort of used each other to keep onto the circuit.
Yeah, it was
I think that
Jamie
might
and
be Stephen Walker.
Yeah, it was. It was Stephen Walker and Jamie. Got to keep looking at this.
Everyone
Pal.
going through.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Oh, that dive there from Christian just there. Christian's going to find out just how slow that inside lane can be.
Yeah.
As he was right next to a Result Pure Sims car. I think he's actually lost 2 positions from it.
I think he did. Yeah, that was exactly what he did.
I'm shocked as one of the people in the council paint going off the track there, but this has been extremely clean so far. I can just imagine what the team's comms are like at the moment. Probably not safe to broadcast.
No, not even slightly. Oh, we're door to door here with Stefan and Jura.
Yeah, a lot going on the track at the moment, and eventually there'll be a few more straight lines, but there's a bit of bump drafting going on a couple of places in front for the battle for the top 15
Oh, really?
as well. Yeah,
Oh, there.
there's
Yeah.
in front of Anthony Hilton,
Oliver.
so that would be Oliver. It's going to be a quick dive. Is it going to be? No, Anthony's instead going to have a little go on the inside,
Yeah,
but
he had a
not
look.
quite close enough. But going to, with tighter tracks like this, a lot of oh, Anthony Hilton.
What?
Spin.
Oh, really?
A spin from Anthony Hilton.
Oh,
yeah.
no, that's... Oh. Right, we'll have a look at that again in a second once we get some decent footage. Pete Newman has eliminated Wobbly's lead that he had got. It wasn't much. These three have absolutely got themselves a lovely gap ahead of new driver Jack James, who leads the charge for basically everybody. If you look at the timing tower, folks, it's Jack James, then the rest of the field within, well, call it 0.6 of each other. Oh, it's opened up a bit round Christian Kramer.
Literally like a 2023 Fernando Alonso around Monaco right now.
Yeah.
It's just a train. Like, he's got the Hogwarts Express behind him right now.
He really has, yeah. Deck Crowther.
Oh, weaving just there.
I want to see that bit when they came around the last corner again, because that was amazing. It's one of the best bits of racing footage I've seen in any of my broadcasting races, that. When they just...
We'll have to get some replays of
yeah.
that one, I think, for the next
yeah. Oh, without a doubt, that's going on a video. Oh, Jamie Jeffries lost all of the front of his car. I wonder if that's got something to do with Anthony Hilton. Let's have a quick look at what happened to Anthony Hilton. Oh, it is. It's something to do with Jamie Jeffrey. Right, so he got chucked up underneath the boot lid of that Rita car. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, I think probably didn't realise Jamie had as little room as he did. Even though when you're going around that corner on the outside, you do see a curb. You do have quite a lot of grass before that curb even becomes a thing, to be honest. So probably a little bit too much squeezing on there. And these cars can be very easy to accidentally pit move for somebody if you're not too careful.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment, absolutely. I think him moving across to the left, he either got a call from his spotter, I'm sure. So we'll have to see what happened in terms of the onboard, maybe, I don't know. But he'd have got a shout from his spotter saying car left, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I would have thought so. But yeah, sometimes these mistakes happen. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a malicious like cut across there from Anthony. Just thought he had the space that wasn't there.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of technical difficulties on my end as iRacing has decided to crash.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
I mean, yeah, I've got live timing in front of me, but...
No, you take your time getting back in. There's no rush. An increase in Audis on track, says David. Yes, there is. So we have Jamie Wilson, who is in the Audi. Deck Crowther has switched to the Audi. He's not bothered about the penalty. Daniel Lewis is in the Audi as well. And Anthony Hilton, who we can't show now because he's out of the race, is also in an Audi. So we've got 4 of them, which is about 3 more than we had last season. Pete Van Gool, under a bag full of pressure now from Carl Hardy. This is Result Clothing versus Safeguard. Safeguard are going to come out on top in this little exchange. So that's... Oh, maybe not. PVG sails it round the... Oh, yeah, he's got to turn right, though, hasn't he? So...
Well, he's got a lot of momentum on that outside, though. But
yeah.
Carl has to shut that door quickly. Pete's going to have more speed going out of there.
Yeah, and this battle...
Great move.
Still going on here. Freddie Van Eekhoven and Michael Hall exchanging positions a lot. Michael
just look
Hall...
at that. Just that outside. Look how much speed Freddie got from the outside of that corner, and in fact with the Result Clothing as well right behind.
Yeah, and Michael Hall's getting freight trained. He's just lost
Christian as well.
2 of the 4 positions that he gained early on, and he's got Christian Kramer now breathing all over him. Right at the front, Wobbly has not been allowed to get away, which is a good thing. Pete Newman has kept him to within a quarter of a second. Stop flashing your lights so you can... I know you're listening to us. You always do. And Casper getting dropped a little, but he's keeping with them. And then a big gap now back to Jack James and Renee. So cutting corny fans, things to shout about. Renee is in a very high point scoring position and very, very heartwarming, I would say. Jamie Wilson in sixth place with a multiple previous champion behind him, Jay.
Wow, that's dropped straight back into the thick of it, showing himself above everybody else around him. Jamie was having a fantastic first round here in Zandvoort. Stephen Walker right beyond, though. 4/10. Stephen's not going to make the rest of the race easy for him, and there's still over half the race to go. So it might have to open up that Audi door, and it could be a few litres of sweat dripping out of it.
Yeah, too right. But then look at behind these guys. There is a massive train of cars, and I mean huge. That's just broken a little bit as I was speaking, actually. So back at Ben Mulryan, who's bringing up the charge for the AM class. There's a bit of a gap in front of him now, 1.7 seconds, but that's only just opened up. This lot here is a massive gaggle of cars. Even the battle box can't cope with how many it is. This one could go anyway, couldn't it, really? We've seen some of these battles already. The Freddie, Van Eekhoven, Michael Hall, and it was Freddie at one point. It's now Michael and Christian. And then back here, Jamie Jeffrey making his way through the field after a bad qualifying, Jay. Trying to do the cutback on a car there with no front end.
Yeah, in theory, on paper, it sounds like it's a pretty easy job to dispatch as someone with no front end, but a driver with Jamie Jeffrey's skill here, there's people who are newer to Jamie Jeffrey racing in this series right now. They're going to learn about tenacity.
Yeah, they are. He's bullish, we'll say. He's a real life racer. He knows what he's doing behind the wheel. He's racing a few different series in the real world. Got his own racing cars and such, and he brings that to the track, doesn't he, Jay? With quite a lot of gusto.
Yeah, he won't give you a moment's peace, and he won't let you. He won't be holding any doors open for you either. And we need people like that in this league, because if everyone was the same, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it?
It would. He's been doing a tour of Australia, I think it was, for a season.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he's back now and racing. Right, let's have a look at the very front as Pete Newman tries to put a move on Wobbly.
Fantastic, and it's the right way to do it, but it's how both competitors are going to deal with each other here.
Yeah, give each
Very
other
capable
room.
of giving each other space, and Wobbly's going to have a massive advantage here with the camber of the corner.
Yeah.
Pete might go for an up and under here, but we know that Casper's going to be watching with glee behind, because now he's back within the slipstream. Now he has a battle in front of him, and now he's probably praying for these two to get into a bit of a tangle.
Without a doubt. This is his view. Wobbly tries to break the toe. He's only allowed to do this once. He must return to the racing line, which he does, and into the braking zone he goes. Perfect. Absolute textbook stuff from Wobbly.
Yep, and on a track like this, there's not really many places that you can overtake. You're going to be trying to hope that the person in front of you does make a mistake. However, depending on your exit from the penultimate corner, you can sometimes get a little bit of a run to a turn one pass, but Wobbly knows this track like the back of his hand, so he'll know exactly where to stick that car if he's going to stop Pete from going past. It's just up to if he wants to try and keep it consistent himself, because I feel at this point it's the only way Pete's going to cleanly get past him.
Yeah, there's still 10 Earth pounds, Great British pounds on offer for anybody who deliberately takes out Wobbly. That'll come out of my own personal account. Whilst it is a joke, it's also real.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, 15 cars take Wobbly out. But yeah, you've got to catch him first, I guess. Right, let's have a look back here, because this is just as... Well, this is the same battle. It's still raging, Jay. They've not even bothered to split up even a little bit. There's a bit of gap forming in the cars ahead of this group. So Carl Hardy has got himself some air. You can see that there. Stephen Walker's got himself some air. Jamie Wilson's pulled out a gap on multiple previous champions. Stephen Walker, what? And then Renee is in a heated exchange now. Oh, he nearly got pushed out into the stands.
Just there from James. That's
good line.
Great awareness knowing that Rene wasn't going to be there, and that's exactly where Rene wanted to go, and perhaps had to lift a little bit. Not an illegal block, well within his rights to do so. Jamie Wilson getting very close to the back there, and James just showing us why he's rated so high. Great driving there, and keeps Rene behind for now, but Rene will for sure want to have another bite.
Yeah. He'll have another chomp at that one, definitely. We're on board with Jamie Wilson here for Team Chimera. Jamie does all the work that we've got here on the cameras, and they are fantastic positioned cameras. And he also does all the displays that you see on the screens as he gets into this slipstream here. And is he going to put plenty of pressure on Renee?
He's going to hope that Rene slows down a little more than usual. He's going to be occupying the outside racing line, so James is probably going to have a bit more speed coming out of here. Advantage to Rene, though, even if he is going to be on the outside of this corner. And Jamie once again just decides, he decides that he's still got 6 minutes left. If he's managed to get that close to Rene once, then for sure he can do it again.
Update.
What a sight.
No change here. Just a massive train of cars. Brilliant. Oh, there's something going on further back. Look at that. It's crazy. Oh, this is on. Deck Crowther. No, sorry, Daniel Lewis. My apologies. Same team. And that is Ben Mulryan, new driver in front, and Salvatore Gueli behind.
He's in a council paint sandwich right now, and a little bit of a mistake just there from Mulryan.
Yeah.
See if Daniel Lewis in that powerful in the straights Audi. See if he can try and get a good line here and maybe a move into turn one.
Well, this is an important overtake because Ben currently populates the top spot for AM-Class. With Daniel in his slipstream, let's see what he can do with this.
Yep, smart move just to fit on that inside just there. And I think it's going to be the same. Oh, I can hear a little bit of contact just there.
Just a touch.
And it was enough contact that...
no!
And there's a spin. Big accident. Let's hope that everyone behind can get past that.
Yeah, Stefan's through.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay. We're all right.
I think that might be a broken wheel from Stefan.
All right, he's had to pull up anyway, due to damage probably.
Oh, Salvatore. Sorry, not Stefan. Salvatore.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
racing incident, wasn't it? It was two people trying to be on the same bit of tarmac, and that will never really work out, I don't think. Let me go and find it, and we can have a look at it from above. Hang on.
It looked like with a wider line there from Daniel Lewis that he had a lot of speed coming out of that corner, and probably a lot more speed than what those two cars were expecting there. So he gets a great run out of here.
And then just a tag. That's all. It started as just the slightest of touches.
And sometimes with the iRacing physics, sometimes the cars can get sucked into each other. It's like they have their own gravitational pull.
Yeah.
So that's just very unlucky that that's what the iRacing physics decided to do there. So I think in real life it would have
just been a knock,
little bit kind of to both.
Yeah, been nothing. Oh, wobbly. Where's wobbly gone? This is what happened.
Wobbly going out a little bit wide there.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if. Yeah, it's very easy to do on that corner. It's you kind of you are braking a non. I know it's getting close, isn't it? You are not braking on a straight line when you go braking for that hairpin, and depending on what surfaces your wheels are touching on the way, it could be the difference between getting nice and tight to that hairpin to leaving a big space for a Pete Newman-sized Elantra to try and get through.
I'm glad you said Elantra.
Me too.
Oh, here we go. On the brakes. Mega on the brakes. Is he going to get it stopped? Nope.
All the up and under.
Oh,
So
nice
lucky
try.
there.
Nice try. And David Ayres says, you just mentioned wobbly and perfect in the same sentence. You feeling okay, Pete? Yeah, I mean, credit where it's due. That was good when I was calling that out. Pete's giving it his all, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've trained him well, Jay. You've trained him well.
I've done nothing. If anything, he's grabbed down and dragged me along for the ride.
The reason they're getting a bit tense now, folks, and we're getting overtakes is because we're about 2 minutes from finishing, which is 16 laps of this track, isn't it, Jay? Something like that?
Yeah, around that sort of time. 2 minutes left, and I think the next lap... Oh, I'm just having to think. Actually, we've probably got 2 more laps left.
Yeah.
I think we'll have 2 more laps left.
Yeah, just.
But these three sticking with each other. That sounds a lot better when I put it that way.
Yeah,
Sticking with each other for the full 20 minutes. I've had another crash, but don't worry, I've got the stream up. It's fine. We'll carry on from there.
Excellent. Right, this is...
the battle up to 15th, which is going to start hotting up, because all it takes is one mistake, and Christian can potentially start the next race on pole.
Tony Walker really wanting past Freddie. Freddie Van Eekhoven raced with us many, many times, but not in this series before, and he's doing great in this car. Oh, what's going on back here? Jamie making a recovery drive now.
Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey, 25th at the moment. He's lost a couple of spaces.
I know, I'm trying to find it.
How's this happened to him?
Yeah, it'll be here somewhere. We're going to go and have a look at this top three. Wobbly has pulled himself out just enough of a gap now to be comfortable, I'd say. Oliver Cotton crashed, really? And Salvatore's crashed as well.
I wonder if the Salvatore crash was the Daniel Lewis one.
Sorry, yeah.
Cottam, I didn't see when that was, unfortunately, but we've got one more lap left. Now, I do wonder, with there being an extra lap in, they've gone pretty fast around here, so with 10 seconds left and an extra lap, we could... might even see a couple of people running out of fuel here if they've tried to be as exact as possible. But Casper giving it to Pete, and it's literally side by side. Wobbly's going to be loving this in his mirror.
Yeah, he is.
Let's both go around. A lot of control needed here. And wow, look at that. Such great racing there. Pete getting onto the outside of
Casper's got a slingshot.
Great launch, and that is the beauty of that corner. It's one of the best corners in racing for that exact reason. A bit of door banging here, but it is Pete's inside.
Not got a cut back.
That.
Oh, I thought he might get a bit of a drive.
Casper.
Yeah, that's really, really good racing. Wobbly's away at the races now. They're not catching him, but this is for massive points. So we're going to completely ignore Wobbly, such is my want to do. Yeah, stop flashing your lights.
This could depend on who gets the better exit here, but I think Pete's going to just have it as a bit of an earlier finish line.
Yeah, I think so. It's only just around the corner, really.
Inside.
Yeah.
And there we go. Pete's going to safely get that second place, but it could have been so different between them both. Some absolutely great fighting there. Wobbly with close your ears at the moment, Pete. Well-deserved win just there, keeping away the second two, and you can open your ears back again, Pete. And onto the rest of the top six, all pro drivers. Stephen Walker rounded off the top lap with the sixth, and Jamie Wilson with the win for the pro rounds, with Carl Hardy in second in the pro rounds, and Derek with third. And it looks like Michael Hall has got that coveted 15th place. Christian just missing out, so he will end up starting in pole position for race 2. Mel Ryan on their debut getting an win from there. Paul Hurley going to be picking up that all-important second place, and also debutant Cullinan getting that final podium position in the AMS.
Yeah, where's Oliver finishing? He's had a fun race. Look at that. Nice one. Over the line in 26th. And then Chesney over the line as well, behind his teammate. Andy Littler coming round with Fee behind. Their other teammate Chris Dixon's already crossed the line, and then we've got some drivers that just didn't quite make it. Daniel Lewis, Salvatore Gawali, and Ben Mulryan in the end didn't make it to the end, Jay, and I'm not sure why, and I can't now see it because we've tripped into the warm-up session. So Let's have a look at the finishing up. Oh, that's the wrong button to press, Pete. Really the wrong button to press. Heat 1, show. There we go. Right, excellent. So, Wobbly was your race winner here for the sprint race at Zandvoort Nationaal. For Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, Pete Newman, second step of the podium for Result X Pure Sims, and Kasper Smirnov really did a fantastic job of trying to get second place there. Third step on the podium for Sim Racing School was Kasper. And then Jack James in his first race with us. I did say before the broadcast even started that he was going to be some sort of force to be reckoned with, and he has been. Renee, and Renee, fifth for Cutting Corny TCR team, and Stephen Walker sixth. I'm surprised by that, aren't you, Jay, that he wasn't like further up? I'm not sure for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, but the standard is very strong here, isn't it?
Yeah, Stephen Walker did start in the top three, and there was a little bit of a altercation at the start. It's a very tough track. Once you fall back, to pick yourself back up and make some of those positions back, it's not very many passing opportunities. You are going to be getting sick and tired of some of the cars and the sponsors that are going to be flashing in your face in front of you.
Yeah.
And but Stephen Walker's still sixth place, which is better than 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and beyond.
Yeah, it makes for a very interesting standings board, that's for sure. Jamie Wilson finished 7th and top of the Pro-Am class this evening for Team Chimera, with Carl Hardy in 2nd in that class and 8th on track for Safeguard, and Deck Crowther 9th on track and 3rd in class for Blade Designs SRL. And we saw plenty of all three of them in that race. Liam O'Sullivan was 10th in his first race with us for Rita Engineering Esports. Jaden Scotton 11th Flatline Racing. Pete Van Gool 12th for Result Clothing. Freddie Van Eekhoven 13th for Hydro Race Racing Forces, with Tony Walker 14th for Result Clothing iRacing Team. Michael Hall was 15th. He had a very drama-filled race from glory to struggling towards the end of that. In 15th for Result X Pure Sims. Christian Kramer 16th for German Sim Racing. Ben Mulryan finished 17th. Why is he on the... I don't know. My SDK's gone mad. 17th for Ben Mulryan. Top of the AM class for Rita Engineering Esports. Stefan Goebel 18th for BTS Esports. Where's my button? There it is. 19th was Euro Larkinen for Hydro Race Racing Forces, and his teammate Demis finished behind him in 20th. Paul Hurley was 2nd in class, 21st for Just an Average Sim Racer. JB DeJay, 22nd for BSTV Esports. 23rd was, and Alan, get yourself right on the edge of your seat for a massive round of applause and probably a Mexican wave. Ralph Cullinan, 3rd in AM class, 23rd on track. Safeguard. Result. Brilliant result. Absolutely stunning. I couldn't wish for better for him. Jamie Jeffrey was 24th after a rough and tumble race for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Chris Dixon was 25th for Work Guard by Result. Oliver Cotton, 26th for Rita Engineering, and his teammate Chesney finished behind him in 27th. Andy Littler was 28th, and there's more buttons to press. 29th was Fee for Work Guard by Result behind her teammate. Daniel Lewis was 30th for Blade Designs SRL. We saw what happened to him. Salvatore Gueli finished 31st for TRP. And Anthony Hilton was 32nd for Mellow Motorsport, and we saw what happened to both of those two as well. And that was not the race I expected to see, Jay.
A lot of fighting everywhere, wasn't there?
There was battles all the way through. I thought it was going to be a much more filthy race, if I'm being honest. I thought that hairpin was going to catch a massive amount of people out, and it didn't really. Well, it did throughout the race, but not in the way that I expected it to. And I was led to believe it was going to be utter carnage at that first hairpin, and it really wasn't.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of races this week where that is the main cause where all the chaos has been breeding, but you can definitely tell that everyone's been practicing especially that bit quite a bit, and when everyone's practicing, when everyone's up to speed with each other and keeping it clean, like you said, a lot cleaner race than perhaps maybe even many of these drivers were expecting at the same time. So it's good to see everyone giving each other space, and yeah, I hope it continues for race 2.
Yeah, me too. We saw Wobbly doing a practice pit stop there. This is going to be a feature of this race because they're on 30% fuel, and they're going to need to pit the car if they want to finish the race, unless anybody wants to do some serious fuel saving. Right, let me wait for somebody to join the grid, and then I'll extend grid. Ralph's on the grid, Fiona's on the grid, so I can do that button. Right, let me run through the grid, folks. I'll find a decent camera just in case I run out of time. Christian, and press this. There we go. Nobody else flashing the lights in view. Brilliant. Michael Hall will go off as your pole man for finishing 15th in the first race, and he will be joined on the front row by Tony Walker. Third will be Freddie Van Eekhoven, Pete Van Gool in fourth, Jaden Scott in fifth, Liam O'Sullivan sixth, seventh will be Deck Crowther, eighth will be Carl Hardy, ninth will be Jamie Wilson, Stephen Walker off 10th, luckiest man in the world, 11th will be Renee Earhart, Jack James will go off 12th, 13th will be Kasper Smirnoff, 14th will be Pete Newman, 15th, and his punishment for winning the first race is wobbly kneecaps. Christian Kramer off 16th, 17th will be Ben Mulryan, 18th will be Stefan, Euro will go off 19th, Demis will go off 20th, Paul Hurley off 21st, JB Dejay off 22nd, 23rd will be Ralph Cullinan, Jamie Jeffrey off 24th, 25th will be Chris Dixon, Oliver Cotton off 26th, 27th will be Chesney Vandenbroek, Andy Littler will go off 28th. Here we go. We've got a view where people are flashing the lights. 29th, Fee. Did I do Andy Littler in 28th? Yeah, I did. Daniel Lewis, 30th. Christian, I thought better of you. And you. Well, I didn't think better of you, Renee. You were at it before. 31st will be Salvatore Gueli. And Anthony Hilton will be 32nd. And he has not rejoined the grid. So I think he's not joining this race. Hopefully he's not too downhearted about the way he exited the first of tonight's races. We are going to the lights now because, oh no we're not, we've got Fee to join the field, and of course if we're waiting for Anthony, then we're going to wait for a while as well. Right, another classic race from you on the chat, that's nice, Jay. That's good. Right.
I try.
Focused on Tony as the lights come on, folks, and we're going to go racing here in this 40-minute feature race, and we're away. That was pretty good from all 5 of the first starters that I could see. There's a bit going on in the background. Somebody's taken to the grass. Too wide.
Great start from Michael Hall, though, and that was the exact start that he needed, along with Tony Walker as well.
All right.
And once again, really clean through the field. It'd be interesting. Oh, a little bit of door banging there, and the spin. I think that might be Stephen Walker again.
Is. Oh, and Carl.
Oh, that could be a blocked road.
Everybody seems to be off the racing circuit. Cars are still getting through. Yeah, there's no blockage, so we're going to stay green.
Close, then.
Yeah, we're going to stay green. Michael Hall to the front. Or
yeah, exactly where he would have wanted to be.
Stefan has found some spares at the side of the track. His own, that is. So there's a few cars that have had to reset. Not many, though. 3 of them. Fee's on track. So Stefan and Carl are the 2 that are nursing their cars. I think there's some with damage on the track, Jay. They're going to have to either sweat it out for about 6 or 7 laps to the pit window, or pit straight away, I guess.
I suppose it depends what sort of group you're in at the moment. If you feel that you can make some of that time back with the damage, with just keeping someone's toe, you might just want to just wing it out, you know, and go into the pits as soon as your spotter is telling you that your fuel is going to last you until the end.
Yeah. So Pete Newman has made up 5 places from the start, which initially you think that's impressive, until you look at this boy, Oliver Cottam, Jay. He has made up. Yeah, you've read it then, have you? 10 places. Oh, 9 now. Oh, and there you go. Commentator's curse from Pete Bingham. You're welcome, Oliver. I reserve them just for the for that sort of scenario. That was a brutal curse, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like the professionals, you know. Just...
yeah. Look at how well he's doing. Boom, you know.
Oh, that's sorry that I feel for him on that one. That was That's going to be a very rough one to take, I think.
I think so, yeah. It seems as he'd done so well up to that point. So the fastest forward moving car so far then hands over to Salvatore Gueli. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly.
Don't say it'll crash. Don't do it.
Yeah, true, yeah. Stay away from the brake pedal. Look at the state of... Whose car is that was in shot just then? Paul Hurley? So Paul Hurley's got no front end on that car at all. As Carl Hardy tries to rejoin the track a lap down. So does Stefan. Great that they're rejoining, by the way. Just in case anybody's watching. This is the thing to do. Because there's points on offer. And there's racing to be had. And you can still have a great race in this series. Even if you're rolling around towards the back. So Oliver... Why did Oliver end up in there? Oh, yeah, because he ended up getting...
Commentator's curse.
It was, yeah. Let's have a look at what happened to him.
To the pits.
Yeah. So that is Paul Hurley. Oh, right. This is the reason why Paul Hurley's not got a front end on his car, then I'm guessing. Oh, Oliver was very... Was Oliver very early onto that braking, or was... I don't know. Somebody was early, somebody was late, right, Jay?
Yeah, well, I think maybe depending on who comes in for interviews, we might learn a little bit more about that one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, we should do that, yeah. All right, let's have a look and see what's going on at the very front. So, Tony Walker giving Michael Hall lots and lots of pressure still, Jay. Then we've got how many within the first second? Well, these are intervals, so it's probably about 4 or 5 cars. What's going on back here? Oh! Is that Steve Walker?
It is.
Eh?
Off the track again.
Yeah, that's unusual. There's quite a lot going on back here, actually. Let's have a look at this. So, Stephen Walker. Is that
Daniel Lewis behind by the looks of it.
Giving him a bit of a hurry up and a push and a... Yeah. Oh, ow. Oh, right, okay. That didn't go well. Let's have a look at that again, shall we? And see if we can figure this out. Let's do this one. So, on board with Daniel.
Bit of bump drafting going on.
Oh, and then, yeah, Stephen got in the brakes and Daniel didn't, and that was the end of that. And then Daniel's waited. Oh, and has Daniel reset the car at that point? He has. That's very odd. And live, Freddie Van Eekhoven's now dropping down the order for some reason. I think he got a slowdown. Oh, and Jamie Wilson's gone sideways. It's all happening in the feature race, Jay.
Yep, don't turn away.
It's like the race start. What?
It's like a gaggle of geese by the looking menacingly at you from like the side of a river. I don't want to step foot anywhere near it, and I'm scared if I make too loud a noise, they will go for me.
Oh, that's so funny.
This is the sort of group that will breed more mistakes than here's another one straight away. People getting a bit too close there. Bit of a better result from that one than we've seen from each of the hairpins, actually.
Yeah.
So everyone getting nice and close and acquainted with each other. I know there's a lot of the newer drivers within this group here, so it might take a couple of rounds, but with this league, everyone will slowly figure out each other's limits, how much everyone gives, how much everyone can take as well. So there's a bit of a teething period going on in this group, I think, at the moment. But so far, without me then doing the next commentator's curse, no problems yet.
No, as Freddie Van Eekhoven and Ben Ryan go at it. In fact, this is there's Racing Forces cars getting bump drafted. Yeah, this is good. Team racing. Woo. Meanwhile, Michael Hall in a race of his own. Loving it.
Absolutely perfect situation for him right now.
Yeah.
He was probably hoping for this from the start, maybe even as they're both sister teams, himself and Tony, maybe getting away from the rest of the group. But yeah, no, this is perfect for Michael right now. No pressure behind him, and Tony's going to be constantly looking over his shoulder to Jaden Scott, and who will absolutely fancy his chances at taking advantage of any mistakes going on in front of him.
Yeah, well, it's Pete Van Gool, actually, that's in front of Jaden. Tony.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, well, both cars look identical. So, Tony Walker's a bit further back in 7th. You're right to think it was him because he's dropped back from 2nd. I would have assumed the same thing, to be honest. People like Pete Newman have gone up 9 places. Renee is up 5. Renee's having a brilliant pair of races. This is sensational stuff from him. Wobbly's moved up 6 already. Ours has JB DJ up 6. Ralph Cullinan, where is he? There's Ralph. He is also up 6. Oh, there's some shuffling going on back here. Liam O'Sullivan has got the Pete Newman treatment, Jay. It's hard to resist, isn't it? Pete Newman's a force.
It's just like a siren, you know. Just like you hear that sound, and you just can't help but be put under his spell.
I've got Stephen Walker crashed again. What?
I hope Pete doesn't find it too weird that I've just pretty much like compared him to a siren.
Yeah. Stephen has crashed again. What's this about? He's not repaired the car. And then
taking a bit too hot into that corner.
Yeah,
it's just a very frustrating evening for Stephen there.
Yeah, and for those of us who are focused on the standings, of course, that's going to make the overall standings a little bit more tasty, because he was out in the lead by probably about 100 points. This might bring the likes of Casper, Pete, Wobbly, Renee up to him. I think this is going to be a levelling exercise.
Ooh, late dive just there from Pete.
Oh my word! That
just
is
slightly bumped Jaden just there.
I'd have had some swear words for Pete Newman doing that.
Just a slight nudge out the way to let him go through. Is he going to do the outside overtake just here on Pete? It seems he's going to. Pete with the inside line though, and Jaden's gone straight through.
He's got
and
mugged
so's
by
Renee.
3 cars, yeah. Renee, down the inside of Jaden.
Jaden's not going to enjoy this at all. He's taking that outside line. He's got another results car right next to him. He managed to get out just in front.
Yeah. And then Jack James and his teammate Liam chasing this group. Oh, right, and through on Tony Walker go 2 of them. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Careful.
Go back and forth, and and the roll back on, and it seems like someone else just might have caught up. I'll be absolutely amazed if nobody else is out of the race from that, because I see no other cars going down. Wow.
No, I mean, it was Ura, I think, which was the next car in. No, it wasn't Ura. Who was that? Was it Freddie? Could have been Freddie.
There was Freddie, there's Ura.
Yeah, so...
There's DJ as well.
Yeah, Liam's
gone to the pits. I bet they all had absolutely frightening views of that just then.
Yeah, so we've got a free repair in this series. He won't need tyres, so he'll get his car repaired, fueled up, and back on the racing circuit. Well, that's the hope anyway, for Liam O'Sullivan.
I didn't see his car repaired straight away, so
No.
I'm not sure what order iRacing does the fast repairs and the pitting, and if there was any penalty for unsafe pit entry. But yeah, just went a little bit wide there, and Tony's rejoin. It was not a lot of space on either side. And wow, how did everybody?
Don't know.
Absolutely, that was. I bet there was a lot of stains on the pants of several drivers there.
Yeah, go Brown moment as Pete Van Gool sets the fastest sector 1. There's only 2 sectors on the track.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Liam still in the pits and not repaired, so I don't know what's going on there. He's got a fast repair to call upon.
I wonder if he's unticked it.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe to untick all boxes and it's unticked the fast repair as well.
Yeah, that could be it. That leaves Jack James, the highest positioned rater car.
I'm just in awe at this of this train, and as we got a little bit of a battle just here, Dixon and Gulli.
Salvatore Gueli, I think it is. Gueli. We'll go with that.
I must offend so many people with my mispronunciations.
No, not nearly as many as I've done over the years, I can assure you. Right, otherwise, it's Michael Hall leading this race and his teammate, Pete Newman, in second. Good night for Result X Pure Sims, very much so. Pete Van Gool in third. Renee in fourth, but only just. He's wanting to put a move here on PVG. PVG is going to go defensive to the wall, possibly, if Renee looks right, as we should be looking at it. As one of the Racing Forces cars goes to pit road. Oh, he's not got the right line in there, and Jaden is going to get through, is he? No.
No, it's amazing thing about that corner. Even though at the entry, the inside's going to be the quickest line, the outside, if you are too wide through there, will give you a nice little boost up to the next corner, which hopefully you clear the person you're battling with by then. But Rene not happy at all with PVG for that there on the inside. I didn't see much wrong there myself, but a little bit of a retaliation clip just there. This could get...
Oh dear.
Ooh.
That one looks very dodgy. We're gonna have a look at that. So, is this it? Yeah, so that result car in front got his braking point all wrong, and then, yeah, came over into him. That's very strange. That looks a bit naughty from my perspective. Is it Pete?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, Pete Van Gool. So that might get reviewed by the race direction after the race.
Let's hope there was no malice on there. Could be as simple as just trying to get off the grass, but it didn't look great from our angles there. But that'll be for the stewards who get paid very handsomely to check out on that one, I think.
I think so. Let's just have a look at the onboard, and we'll have a look at the steering. Oh, I mean, yeah.
See, it's the only thing about a live broadcast is that you could get caught in 4K doing main things. This.
Yeah, that is exactly it. Yeah, that's naughty. We'll see what happens with race direction after the race with that one. Few visitors to pit road already. Jamie Jeffrey being one of them, or the latest one of them on lap 10. Evening to Nicola Jeffrey on the chat. Good to be back, she says, although a bit rusty. Yeah, you need to time to keep all the panels on his car this time round. Last time he was less than aerodynamic, Jay. We'll say that, will we?
Yeah, you do want your cars to be a bit lighter, but at least try and be smart about what you take off your car to reach that target weight.
Yeah.
Like a seat, maybe not a full front panel of your car. But no, like we've seen from Jamie Jeffrey in the first race, tenacious, and even after a trip away, he seems to be regaining that pretty quick. And I reckon after everybody else does their pit stops, he'll find himself in a very good position.
Yeah, absolutely right. At the front, a multi-21 happened as we were watching. So Pete Newman passed Michael Hall for the lead of this race. And then has just left him behind, basically. He's got 1.3 seconds on him already. Wobbly, up 9 places, is making his way through much more slowly. It is a feature race. No massive rush to the front required. Jack James making his way through, up 8 places. JB Dejay up 10.
Fantastic drive from Dejay. It's had a few unlucky moments in some of the first races of the season, but it looks like this round in particular, things could be turning around for him, and fantastic stuff. Things we absolutely love to see.
Jamie Wilson has got the fastest lap of the race. I didn't make a mistake, folks.
And that's a really quick lap as well. I do expect that to maybe get broken a couple more times. I've seen some absolute freaks of natures in the officials even get into the 112s at times. Yeah, I know.
You're kidding.
No, not at all. And I think with the right slipstream and enough clear air in front of you, especially when the cars are going to be a bit lighter towards the end with more worn-in tyres and lighter tanks, we could see some very competitive times coming through. But at the end of the day, it's not about the times in the fastest lap, it's about where you finish. So as long as you keep consistent, with the amount of retirements we've had and the amount of mistakes we've had from cars in the field, I'm just excited to see the standings, to be honest,
Yeah.
especially in the pros where it looked an absolute lock on who was going to be winning. And I think after tonight, a few of those standings are going to be turned, definitely in the case of the pro-ams, on their heads.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is a great race and a great track for viewers. I'm not suggesting for a minute that it's been brilliant for some of the races tonight.
There's going to be some bruised elbows and bruised egos.
Oh, without a doubt, that is right. Yeah, too right. So, I need a visit to the big boys' room. I'm going to leave you on Wobbly to see what ridiculousness is going on around him, while I go and make pee-pee.
I hope you have a fantastic time.
I will enjoy every second of it, without a doubt. Yeah, I'll be back shortly.
Who else is going to be having a good time right now is possibly Wobbly as well, up 9 places, the race 1 winner. When it comes to all the pros on the field, he finds himself in the podium positions. Quite a few making their pit stops. Every single lap you can see from the standings on the left-hand side. It seems every lap someone else is going in a lap earlier. And nobody on this group particularly going in, which surprises me, being in a group this tight. If you find yourself getting slowed down by somebody in front of you, you might want to jump out, try and get that pit stop done and come out in possibly a bit cleaner air. But all these lot keeping together is keeping the entertainment up. Also in this group, we do have Jamie Wilson, Tony Walker, Jack James, Jaden Scott, and Cassius Murmo, Derek Crawford. There's so many names that you lot recognize have been seen from race to race. As we go up to the corner that has been breeding a lot of incidents at the moment, if you miss brake, you are leaving yourself a massive gap, and there is Wobbly trying the best to try and get a sneak past Tony. Is in front. James versus Scotton. Little trip over that sausage curb, and Scotton will have the advantage with the inside of that chicane. The outside will have boosted James out a little bit, but Scotton for now keeps that position, but does have James sniffing around the back, and could see a move here if Scotton doesn't get within the slipstream of Michael Hall. Michael Hall leading for the majority of this race. He goes in for a pit stop now, probably senses that everyone behind him is going to start getting a little bit too close. He's probably going to be hoping that moves like you're about to see right now on Scotton. Scotton been beaten around so much already, but a nice clean attempt from James on Scotton. Scotton with the outside is going to get a little bit more speed out of there. They're going to be going side to side into the corner before the bowl. And now we're going to see...
Oh, very wrong.
And Bobby with a little bit of a slip. He's going to be losing a position or two after that one.
Yeah.
And Casper overtakes and takes that third place in the pro class. Just Casper, probably, I would probably say the most consistent driver on this grid at the moment. He just had his little mishap on race 1 last time out. But apart from that, he's just been constantly up there, constantly racking up positions. It's why, with the drop week, he's so high up in the table and potentially maybe a dark horse for the championship.
I would say so, yeah. He's definitely moving forward. I didn't realise, or I've forgotten rather, that I can hand over cameras to you if you want.
Oh,
you ever done
fantastic.
cameras before?
I never have, and we'll probably be staring at the sun for a fair bit if you let me put my hands on that.
I won't hand it over right
folks,
now then.
Cameras.
Well, there's no better place to learn, I suppose. Do you want to have a go at cameras?
Maybe next race, so I can mentally prepare myself.
That's fine. Mental agility on that one. We're sharing pit boxes, folks. Don't worry about the cars mating with one another. As Jack James pits the car and leaves pit road.
It's how Toyota GR82s are made.
That's brilliant. Pete Newman has found himself a 5-second lead. 5.5 seconds lead, nearly 6 seconds lead over Tony Walker. Now he's fighting for what is currently second place, Jay. And
yeah, if Jaden can keep on the inside of here, Jaden does have Jamie Wilson to fight with, but that inside line is absolutely king on this track for a lot of these cambered corners. So that will be, if you're a defending versus those, you need to make sure you give yourself give yourself space to get in on that inside. And it looks like Jamie Wilson, after trying to challenge Jane Scotton, has now lost a position. Could be getting a few more into the pits as Scotton goes into the pits.
Yeah.
Slowly,
Scotland's
while
gone.
you were gone, Pete, one by one, whoever was at the front of this pack was actually going into the pits, which surprises me a bit.
Yeah.
But I suppose everyone behind, because they've got somebody constantly in front of them, they're going to be letting off their pedals a bit more and potentially fuel saving. If you're at the back of this line right now, you could fuel save as much as you wanted to here. I thought Jane was going a bit close to the inside there, but manages to control it just in time. But yeah, it's going to be interesting once all these are pit, what order they're going to find themselves in just there.
Wobbly. That was nice of Wobbly, and yes, I know. He got right out of the gas there instead of taking out Jamie Wilson, which he could easily have done. Did we miss you, the Jeffrey family? Yes, we certainly did. Where is he at the minute? He's languishing a bit of a lap down. He's had a bit of a rough night, but he's back with us, and that's what matters. This will be a race to just get settled back in, I think, for Jamie. There's no championship on offer. He's another one of those drivers, Jay, who's kind of the fastest guy not to win, if that makes sense. Wobbly's got that moniker at the minute, but Jamie would be next in line. He's got it all, hasn't he? He just has some rough races sometimes, and like you say, he's very bullish on track.
Yeah, to be honest, to get to the top, you have to make the sorts of moves that Jamie does. And oh yeah, that's a council paint car up against the wall there.
No, who is that? Oh, it was Ralph, I think.
I didn't see quite well. I just saw the car literally just scraping itself against that wall.
Yeah, me too.
Just there. That's
well,
that's just.
Oh my God, that was violent. What is going on there? The only thing I can do is this. So I'm sorry, this is going to look weird, but yeah. Oh, he's lost it on his own. Oh, he's got out of the way of. Is that Stephen?
Oh, but he's behind him. I wonder if that was hardware fail. I think that might have been hardware fail.
Or is he? Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's trying.
Yeah.
Try and be the keeper. I'm going to put that down to hardware fail unless we're told otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't look nice. And yeah, if he was still feeling the force feedback of that, I hope they let go of the wheel just in time.
Yeah, definitely. I remember Gary Craig put me in his rig with a Simucube thingy. And in an IndyCar around an oval, and he turned the force feedback up to maximum, and it nearly ripped my arms out of my sockets. It was just ridiculous.
I'm going to guess Daytona.
It was Daytona, yeah.
Daytona. Oh, the bumpiness of those corners with any IndyCar, even the Dallara Dash. It's
This was DW 18, I think, or 12, 18, I think.
12's the base content one.
It was 18 then. It was the ridiculous one with the halo thing. Or have they both got halo?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So the DW was the Dan Weldon one, so that would have had some sort of protection on there.
Oh, okay.
But the newer one has the full screen on, similar to today's spec.
Right. No, I didn't have a screen. So it was a 12 then, wasn't it?
I never thought we'd be talking about IndyCar and a TCR stream.
No.
I mean, yeah, brilliant. This stream has everything.
Yeah, it does, yeah. I've raced lots of cars over the years, none of them well, just slightly below average to terrible. But yeah, I've enjoyed them all, to be honest. I would love to get racing again, but broadcasting kind of dominates your life.
I can imagine.
Mm.
We might want to go to the lead cars, actually. If my timing's right, saying Tony Walker was right near Jamie Wilson.
Yeah.
And this battle's just been getting closer and closer. All the cars that were swarming around him, there was about 10, 11 cars at one point in this group, and one by one, they've just peeled off into the pits, and these are the last two standing. So we're going to be seeing whereabouts these two come out when it comes to the likes of Michael Hall, Jaden Scott, Pete Van Gool. Right, there's going to be It's going to be close. I have a feeling these two are going to pit at the exact same time.
Right, well,
They're
let's watch that.
one of the last ones to go in as the leader goes in as well. Pete Newman
Pete
is in.
Newman's gone into the pits. Let's nip back to these two. They're both going in. They're out of fuel
Oh,
now.
who's going to come out first? And look how close that
Wow.
is.
Nice pit
Who
stops,
can-
by the way, both of you. That's Tony and Jamie Wilson. The car that I'm most concerned about, as JB Dejay goes round yet again, he's the only one to stretch this out. Actually, he's not. Yura is gonna. Is he gonna pit? He's probably gonna pit. I am most concerned that Wobbly is going to take over the lead of this race because his pit stop. Just have a look at his pit stop time on your screen.
That's a very short pit stop time.
Yes, it is.
However, Pete is 4.5 minutes. We wish.
Wow.
4.5 seconds in front with 12 minutes left in the race. That's going to be about 10, 11 laps.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll probably say more 10 laps. So this is Pete Newman's to lose. Although he has he has proved that luck isn't always on his side, especially when it comes to pit stops and the like. This could get really close, and a little bit of a tap just there, and that's Wobbly not appreciating Andrew Littler.
Yeah, you know, sympathetic to that to a point, because he has a Pete Newman to chase after. But we'll see.
Yeah, and that's Dejay in the pits at last.
Right, okay, so he did manage to get around then. That's excellent work on the fuel saving from JB Dejay. Hopefully he gets a reward from that.
It will be a very short pit stop, so as long as he doesn't have to reverse at all and he's straight in, I can keep a watch on that one. There's all these
what's going on back
there?
there?
They are up there.
That's
wow.
Jack James, and Jamie Wilson, and wow, Tony Walker sailing in.
It's close, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Right, everybody's bunching up again. We're getting to the end of the race, and this is what they like to do to us, folks. They like to torture the commentators by suddenly getting together right in the last 10 minutes of these races and start thrashing it out for positions. Jaden going right round the edge of that bowl.
Yep, Dejay has come out the pits and he's in a top 12 position, so an absolutely fantastic drive from JB just there.
Yeah,
good. I hope it continues. He does have a rabid PVG behind him, so can he keep him behind?
Yeah, and that is a Stephen Walker who is miles down the field at the minute in 14. No, he's not. He's in 24th, behind JB, way out of position for our multiple previous champion. That was Fiona that just pulled up to let everybody go. Andrew keeps out of the way of these passing drivers. Blue flags and flashing lights for Andy Littler.
Ooh, there's a lot of squeezing going on here. Jamie's going to have the outside line here. If he can keep nice and close there, there's a little bit of contact.
Through the corner. Did they make contact?
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact there.
Oh.
It was either Jack went a little high or Jamie went a little low.
Okay.
But they're both still in the race, and that'll probably be the main thing both are thankful for at the moment.
Well, yeah, it's put Jamie back a couple of positions. I didn't see the contact myself, I must have blinked. Jaden and Michael Hall. Michael Hall, one-time leader of this race, finds himself back here in 7th place.
Yep, leading for a couple of laps before the swap with Pete Newman. I did actually expect him to be a little bit higher up the grid than this. He was one of the earlier pitters.
Yeah, well done for Deck Crowther there. His first time out in the Audi and driving it like he's driven it for years. That's very nice to see in that Blade Designs SRL car.
Yeah, it's nice to see a few more people driving the Audis and giving them a chance. The original iRacing TCR, slightly different gearbox, slightly different start procedure, notoriously a little bit harder to control, although the BOP between all the TCRs is actually a lot more even than in most other series where iRacing will, disclaimer, I'm joking, don't sue me iRacing, where iRacing will, like, for instance, like make a new GT3 a little bit faster than the rest to get more people to buy it. You don't see that here in TCR.
No, you don't.
I'm going to get a cease and desist for that one. I can feel it. Please give us a new TCR iRacing.
We love you, iRacing. Yeah, so this is still the heated battle that we saw at the start of the race, really. It's just got Michael Hall in it instead. So, Pete Newman has managed to maintain a 5-second lead. He's done that by doing very, very fast laps. Wobbly took half a second out of him in the last lap. And Casper, who's yet again on a podium, Jay, doing a brilliant job here of keeping at the top of this. You said he was the stealth car, and I think you're right.
And he's actually the faster of the three from this last lap. Let me just put this into perspective for how close the times are on this race. So Casper's with the fastest last lap out of these top three cars at 1 minute 14 on the dot. Then got Wobbly with 1:14.04 and Pete Newman with 1:14.08. They are literally going like punch for punch, kick for kick, headbutt to headbutt, whatever that saying is. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it's close, and I feel with how these three are driving at the moment, it's a very worthy top three at the moment. Like, there's been a couple more cars who have got involved in a couple of incidents, a few mistakes here and there, but those three were pretty much probably my pick for, in whatever order you wanted, to be finishing this second race in.
Yeah, and René Earhart on a recovery drive from what happened earlier. But he's doing all right. He's got Demis for company at the minute. And this is for 15th place. Demis, the proud owner of that at the moment. Great to see Stefan still racing. He's a way down, but he's a stalwart. He absolutely exhibits everything that BSTV holds dear to racing, which is keep going, because you don't know what's going to happen, do you, Jay? 3 or 4 cars could get put into the wall at any time in any race, and you could be the beneficiary of that. You pick up those positions as long as you're still racing.
Yes, absolutely, and in a field that's as small as the pro category and in this league, literally one mistake from one of them, and that's a whole bunch of extra points that you're going to be getting.
Yeah, too right.
Just got to see this battle at the moment for first place in Pro-Ams is just so fascinating. You got Tony Walker fighting with League Davidson James right now, about for 4th place, but Jamie Wilson stalking behind by less than a second. Then a group of 4 afterwards. Michael Hall trying to get that 3rd place, but it's, as you can see, it's so close. We're going to see what Jaden Scotland's going to do here. It's great. With Derek and Freddie behind.
He's going to try and hold him to the inside as much as he can. He's got round.
Oh, that might have been a bit strong there from Jaden. He could go for an up and under here.
Brilliant racing from these guys.
Absolutely.
Crowther, what have you been eating? What have you been eating?
I think it's been on that famous Jamie Wilson Audi juice.
Yeah.
Sold in all good supermarkets. We are not sponsored, but I would like a couple of litres. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And that's Freddie Van Eekhoven there. Clearly can see that he's not that far off getting 3 places and moving up to, what, 7th place? Yeah.
All it takes is an instant between the first 2 of that group and the 3rd one just backing up a little bit. Yeah. That's literally all it could take on this one. Of course, Freddie, the winner at Montreal, our first Pro AM winner, and then literally the next round afterwards, Tony Walker gets in on the fun as well. So all involved in that group. Tony Walker a little bit further forward with Jamie Wilson, but
yeah.
It's so much to try and keep focus on in this race. But yeah, that top 10 is absolutely just fighting for their lives right now.
Yeah. You can see the gaps here, folks, from all these little groups that have formed. The top 3 are a bit separated at the minute. Pete Newman's got a 5-second lead still over Wobbly. Wobbly not able to do anything on pace at the moment, anyway. We've got 3 minutes to go, I should say, which is probably 3 laps.
That's an opportunity here for Jaden and Michael. A little bit of door
Whoa.
banging just there, but
That's TCRs.
yeah, Jaden with
Oh.
a horrifically wide line. He
Yeah.
must have put the throttle down a little bit too soon there. So much understeer you can get from that corner, but he does have the right line here, although not on the inside just there, but Derek decides to let him have it. Probably just going to try and wind up for another shot as we approach the 38th minute of 40.
Fia's joined pit lane again. I think she's had enough. Right, it's a
Coming
dead
out of the
crowd there.
pits actually, so
Oh, right, yeah. She must have used a fast repair there because she wasn't in for long. Very brief.
But yeah,
fuel.
that were
Maybe
under fuel at the end, yeah. Especially that late in the race, so but keeping well out of the way of everyone. Fantastic awareness there from Fee.
Yeah, very good at that.
Oh god, this one's getting even closer than that. Ooh. See, this is a horrible situation for James to be in right now because the battle going on behind is not his battle.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, he won't want to concede a top 4 place to let these two fight. Tony's probably wishing that he would. But at the same time, if James is going quick enough, then Tony can use the slipstream there to try and get some top speed from Jamie Wilson. But Jamie Wilson will, of course, be using the slipstream from there. But this is the battle right now. Any mistake could shape championships.
This is, Pro-Am is so tight. Any of this is going to upset the standings quite significantly. They almost look like they're going to the pits. White flag is out. I didn't expect that till another 1 lap. Oh, look at them fan out. What the hell?
Tell you what, Jaden's been quite used to that outside line just there, but he's going to have a little bit more speed here. Is he going to risk it all, or this is definitely going to be? Go on, he will need to take as wide line here as possible, a much wider line than Michael, and the launch from Jaden. Wow, look at that! He's on the wrong side here.
He is, yeah.
He's always experienced so much door banging here, but a little bit of a gap there.
A little touch between Deck and Freddie behind, but nothing serious, just a little tap.
Yep, everyone keeping it nice close to each other as Pete Newman rounds off that final corner and is going to get the feature win.
There we go. Pete Newman over the line. Thanks for that, because I just kept watching that other battle.
And oh god, you should have done it. Should have done it for the views. Second place, and Castle Smomo in third with a great 4th place finish in his debut. And look how close that is.
Brilliant.
Tell you what, he gets the win in Pro-Am. Brilliant stuff. Wow,
Whoa.
That fan out just there.
Yeah.
That needs to be that was thumbnail worthy there. Brilliant racing from all involved. And look how close it is. Still
Jamie
up the grid.
only just over the line. Well, that was Stephen Walker, actually, that was crossing. He was a lap down. Never thought I'd say those words. Whoa. Oh, this is close racing still going on.
Yeah, as Ben gets that win. This was battle for second. It looks like Paul's going to just edge. And he does.
Yeah, that was nicely done.
As someone's engine explodes.
Yeah.
In the distance.
That's fine.
Oh,
there we
go. It's that car upside down on the exit of pits.
Yeah.
How do they even do that?
I don't know.
There we go. All lap cars over. Yep. That worked. Fetch for a good price off eBay.
Christian Kramer has just mullered his car at the end of the race. Someone should tell him that you actually get points deducted for the after race, unless everybody's over the line. So that was intense, Jay.
Yeah.
Just a bit mad, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely different dynamic of a race just there, but it's it's what we've come to love from BSTV. No matter the track, no matter the layout, there's always going to be action, always going to be a story to follow, and just a grid full of racers who are they're probably not enjoying themselves on tonight's track, but definitely putting on a fantastic show for everybody else.
Absolutely, and it's one of those tracks that there was a few people who were saying they didn't like it before it even before. Well, they had tried it, so let's be fair. They'd done a bit of research on it, and they didn't like it, and they wanted to swap it for the full course. I gave them the opportunity to vote for it, but I think your sensible approach of it. We follow the official schedule. So if you don't like it, complain to the official schedule voters, I suppose. We need to maintain that because that's what attracts a lot of racers to this league, is the fact that we do follow that official schedule. And tonight has proven us, or proven you rather, very very right, because we have again found another track where we've had amazing racing in clusters. All the way through, and a much bigger grid tonight. 32 cars. I think we had,
32, wow.
it's brilliant. 6 new cars to the grid. That includes returning cars of Ralph and Jamie Jeffrey. It's reassuring that we've got this many racers, participating in this league. So many people watching the stream, and very very thankful for everybody who's watching at the moment. It's been a great night's racing in my opinion, and the track has been, the canvas on which the painting has been made.
Beautiful words. I couldn't have put that, especially with that last sentence. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Cheers. Right, we'll start the interviews. I've got to go really early tomorrow to catch a train. Work and real life just kind of get in the way sometimes, don't they? But first into the interviews, we're going to bring in Jamie Wilson. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. The Audi is a bit of a monster around here, actually. Deck Crowther had a great evening. He's freshly switched to it and is proving himself to be a force to be reckoned with. And it's done you no harm at all being in that car, has it? Hopefully you had an absolutely massive blast going around there.
It was bloody hard work, I tell you. But yeah, it is. I think this is a rare example of a track where the Audi gearing actually works in its favour.
Oh, okay, right.
Because I think, not having driven the other cars around here, admittedly, but just from the vibe I'm getting, there are quite a few corners here that are a bit awkward on the gears in some of the other cars. But it's just dumb luck coincidence that the length of the straights and things just happens to align reasonably well with the Audi gearing.
Right, okay. Well, it certainly showed. It made it very, very competitive as a car, because your launch out of corners was pretty... Because that wide and sweeping line that Jay was saying was so advantageous for a lot of cars, it seemed to be exacerbated by the Audi.
Was that round turn 3?
1, 2.
Yes.
When you wall to death it.
Yeah.
I actually found that in the races, I was actually running a bit lower than I was on my own.
Oh.
I can't quite explain that. It just felt better in the race to do it that way to me. Whereas in like a quali lap, you do kind of wall to death it around the outside. So, and it's that is probably the corner where the gearing's a little bit ambiguous in the Audi, because you can do it in third, but you can also do it in fourth. And it's like it's 50-50 as to which one you do. So, yeah, there are a couple of different lines available for the different cars around here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the strengths of the Audi is it does get a pretty good punch out of a slow corner. So, and especially if it's a tight one. So obviously the hairpin here worked quite well. A couple of other cars were kind of scrabbling for grip and understeering, chattering their fronts, and I was pretty good out of there, generally speaking. So it didn't count for much because there's not much of a straight after that, but it was some solace anyway.
No, I mean, solace isn't a part of it. You're in the fight for the top of the pro-ams, and you've done your championship hopes no damage at all. Who was it that was ahead of you before you went?
Michael
into this?
Hall
Michael,
and
wasn't it?
PBG.
Yeah, so Michael Hall
around as well.
was lingering around you in both races, I think.
Yeah, I had my eye on that. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Michael Hall, he finished 15th in the first race. I thought he was higher than that, to be honest. And right behind you in the
Tactics.
second.
That was tactics to get at the front.
Oh, of course.
I didn't see his race. I don't know what happened to him. But.
Well, I suppose you could be right. I mean, we've seen it in the V8s. Why would it not be the case in the TCRs as well? Let's have a look at the Pro-Ams. Just a minute. So Michael Hall was leading by like 3 points. There was nothing really in it.
Yeah, hurry up, upload the results, get the standards updated.
Sorry, David. Yeah.
Yeah.
PVG right behind you. Well, not right. Well, yeah, right behind you, but like 63 points behind you. I think that tonight's races will stir the pot, and I think secretly Jay Corley is busy trying to calculate it because I think he's a little bit more excited about it than I am.
So excited.
The Pro-Am's looking to be the championship to stare at, to be honest.
We're all really close.
They are close, yeah.
And it does vary. I mean, Michael Hall at Portimao was ridiculously fast. I think he wasn't quite as on the pace around here. But that's not me slagging him off. I think it's just going to vary across the different tracks naturally. That's quite normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got a bit lucky with the fact the track just suited me in general, and it happened to suit the car. That will not be the case at every race, as it wasn't at Portimao. So, yeah, it's going to ebb and flow a bit. And the thing is, if they get people that get on the reverse grid and if they're able to convert it fairly well, or if there's trouble in the pro field, if someone manages to get an overall podium or even like a Tony Walker style a win, because he's the other threat as well. Because obviously you get your points based on your finishing position, regardless of what class it is. There's more of a leapfrog to getting a race 2 win, if you could, or up at the very sharp end if you can manage it. So it might be that me trying to do the best and getting 6th and 7th and that kind of thing isn't enough.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Absolutely. It's going to be a dynamic series, and with 6 new races tonight. Some of them had a bit of a baptism of fire. Some of them did stunningly well. I mean, Jack James. You're Jamie. Jack James did fantastically well. Ben Mulryan did really well in the second race.
Yes, I saw that in the second race.
Yeah, not the first, but or not so much in the first, but definitely in the second, he found his mojo. Ralph Cullinan. I mean, where did that performance come from?
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, really?
I've raced Ralph. Yeah, I've raced Ralph in the MX-5s.
Oh, okay.
He's got some legs on him.
Oh, right. In that case, that's important. Salvatore Gueli and Chesney van den Broeke. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know that I am. Both of those guys did stunningly well in both races, actually. It's a good pedigree of racers that are coming. Hopefully they'll return. This was always going to be a bit of a elbows out, bumpy affair, wasn't it?
Yeah, the track came in for a bit of criticism just simply because it's not the full version.
Yeah.
I don't think that this was a particularly amazing venue for the series. I'll admit that. But I'm glad we tried it. Because hey, this particular layout may not come up again for years. So
yeah, true.
Now we know what it's like. We've gone through the experience. It's one for the memory banks,
It is. Yeah.
Although I would argue that the full circuit, I don't think would have necessarily changed anything, because I think those long sweeping corners are not dissimilar to the second to last corner, which only really served to kind of string cars out. So yes, it would have made for a slightly more relaxed affair. To an extent, because it was just not quite as frenetic if you're strung out a bit more. But I think what the hairpin sort of added to things was the fact that it was that frenetic. It was just relentless. And all right, it might have been extremely difficult to pass, but that doesn't mean it's not a fun race.
No, too right.
Me trying to keep ahead of Casper while Wobbly's fuel saving ahead of me, backing me up into him. I mean, that's still an interesting challenge.
Yeah. And we've got Spa next time, which is an endurance race. Hopefully that doesn't become a snorathon, but I don't know what the tow is like on these cars anymore, and you won't have been able to gauge any of that tonight because you don't drive it on a straight long enough to get any tow around here, do you?
No, the thing is, if everyone's running super low wing, which they probably would be at Spa, then that kind of, not that wing makes that much of a difference, but everyone's going to be doing pretty much the same kind of VMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Spa's very obviously pleasant to drive. It's very popular in that sense. It'd be interesting to the bike layout, because I've never driven it before.
Yeah.
And it's something different. It's, just Spa with, that just smells a bit more like leather.
I'm using that.
Yeah. You've stolen that, Jay. That's good. Yeah.
And two-stroke motor oil and stuff. But that should be interesting. I mean, and it's an endurance, so it's gonna be the strategy that makes that interesting. It might not be like F4 series level madness, but that's the pinnacle. Nothing can beat that one. But
I've still not my facial muscles have still not recovered from laughing.
Yeah,
all the
you
way
should watch it back now and again. It's a good one to go back and
so
revisit.
Funny. Different reader single lap. What?
My fondest memory was killing Wobbly in that one.
Yeah.
I never did get my £10, by the way.
Did you know?
But no, it should be interesting enough. I say not every racetrack is going to be a banger. Not every race is going to be a banger. But hey, we're driving bangers around it, and let's just enjoy that.
Yeah, why not? And I think you were part of my favourite bit of racing that I've seen all season, and possibly for many seasons. He was in that, wasn't he, Jay? When they came around the last corner and they all fanned out across the track right towards the start of the first race.
It looked absolutely spectacular.
Oh, that was
brilliant.
that was pretty mental. Yeah,
that's my favourite bit of footage. I'm going to go and find it in the broadcast. That just looked so much fun and so dramatic. I had the right camera at the right time for the first time in 20 seasons, and it looked sensational.
We need to get the judge's opinion. We need Sam with like a number, like Strictly Come Dancing style on board.
Yeah,
turn around.
Totally right.
But yeah, no, that was mad. And the thing is with that is whenever there was a car that got delayed, I think from memory, I don't know if it's the same one, but I think PVG got delayed and someone else coming out. I didn't see what happened. I was too far back in the train. But because it was very difficult to pass, you had to take whatever opportunistic moves you could do. So my pass on Stephen Walker on one of those races, I think it was just after that actually.
Yeah.
Was another example of that. I didn't really intend to do it, but it was just like, something's happening, quick, take advantage of it. Like that's the way you had to think.
Yeah. No, that's good. And it made for fantastic viewing. Probably led towards the number of viewers that we had tonight. Oh, the chat is alive at the minute.
I mean, yeah.
In Discord, it's mental at the moment.
Anyone thinking, the track was a bit there? Well, it's where we've gained a lot of drivers. The chat's busy.
Yeah.
Something must be all right about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Well, you've kind of beat me to it because I was going to shout out some of the people you mentioned there. Like Deck Crowther was up there for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was in front of me for a while, and I was going for it and not really having much impact. So. Yeah, fair play to him. And there's a few others I could put in that category as well. And yeah, shout out to the new drivers. Whenever a new driver comes in, there's always a bit of acclimatization to this sort of style of racing. Mm-hmm. It's not all 100% maximize everything all the time sort of thing. There's a degree of realizing you're racing gentlemen at the end of the day. So benefit of the doubt needs to be used. Some of them we'll learn that soon. So let's not judge them harshly until they've had a few races. And yeah, and thanks to you guys for doing everything you do, giving you time up to do it, and all of that jazz.
Well, thank you very much.
And Simon for paying so much attention that at the end of the race he said, "Have you crashed yet?"
Brilliant. Dear teammates, you gotta love them, or kill them. But often you don't get to see them when you're sim racing. So the death bit doesn't normally happen. But no, fantastic.
I know where he lives.
Oh, in that case, go and get him.
So do you.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's you've been the centre of a lot of the entertaining racing tonight, and hopefully that'll be the case at Spa Bike Track with all the leather smells and the and this time next week, Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Cool, right. Time, folks, to adjust your audio settings. If you, we caught it in mid-conversation. That's good. If you,
I was talking to the new guy. Leave me alone.
Okay. If you hear swearing now, I can't do much about that. Welcome to the booth, Wobbly Kneecaps. Good evening.
Swearing.
Like that ever happens. Yeah. Where are you on track? Let me go and find you. There you are. Okay, so a few things to talk about. First one, congratulations on race 1 victory.
Yeah, I mean, like the trackers. Well, I said my things about the track, and I was also arguing in the interview booth, in the interview waiting room, why I think, to honest to God, it's the worst decision the TCR Discord or whatever, whoever picks it, made ever.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, my biggest argument was the guy on pole is gonna win it because you can't overtake. Pete at a certain point was 0.1 seconds behind me,
Yep.
and I forced him to brake later than me. He did it. He tried it once, but it's just no way to overtake on this track. And the only way it happens is like either somebody makes some mistakes, either you feel safe, which was what I did at the second race, and which was I think Pete did it as well. He just got through a little bit of some incidents, and I was a bit unlucky in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go on a rant about it.
But you're
But
anyway.
people that, well, I'm just gonna make one argument about it, and that is people that vote in these kind of layouts. I'm all up for different layouts. I love it. That's what I argued in the beginning. But they gotta they gotta freaking they gotta freaking drive it before they vote it in. Like, I mean, this from a mile away you could have seen coming that on a league race, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And yes, Jay, I know you love it, and you had great races. I know.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah. Doesn't need to comment.
But anyway,
I'll be,
okay, let's
here,
go
I'll
back.
be here all night arguing as well against it.
No, I like short tracks. Don't get me wrong. I like short tracks. I like the fact that we had a 1.5 second difference between the first, my pole position and the last car. I mean, the fact that we have 1.5 second means that the field is really close. I mean, that means that everybody next week on Spa is going to be different. I'll probably, me or somebody else, will probably be like 3 seconds apart. And then the difference is quite big. And this way, on small tracks, you really get, if you get the one off, you get a really good lap for your level where you're on, and which skill level you're on, and you're up in the top 10 instead of top 20. You know, I mean that is the good thing about short tracks. That's that argument. Okay, so first lap, first track, first race. So I basically did what I did was like I got on pole, which was the intention. I figured if I got on pole, I'll win the race, and then I drove in a way in a manner that I was just driving on the exits. So I deliberately slowed down Pete a little bit on the mid apex every time, just to get a good exit, because I know I was just using the Philosopher, and I knew if I get a good exit, then he won't be able to overtake me. He was quite good in the first sector. I was a little bit better in the second sector, so I figured that if I just parked the apex on the hairpin, which I was really bad at, he wouldn't stand a chance. And yeah, he tried once, and fair enough, I missed the apex once or twice, which gave us a side by side. It was a fun race, to be honest.
No, good. And then race 2, it was
messy.
Your fuel fuel saving was a key part of it. I pointed out to Jay at one point, just go and check Wobbly's pit stop time, pit stationary time, and you were like 4 seconds quicker out than anybody else. But it didn't help you against Pete Newman. Pete Newman,
No,
he's
Pete.
found the
Yeah.
kryptonite tonight, didn't he?
No, well, I think that I got involved in an incident in the beginning, and
Yeah,
Pete
yeah.
got through. I tried to stay out of it, and suddenly just hit. I had damage on the first bit, so I didn't have any top speed, but it didn't matter on this track.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just kept on driving, and then I saw Michael Hall, which is Pete's teammate, being in first.
Mhm.
Pete somehow got through 2 or 3 incidents, which put him on second position
Yeah.
quite early. I think on lap 12 or something like that. I'm not sure if it's 12, but something in that range. So he was already like 4 seconds ahead of me, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to overtake him, overtake the cars because he just. I think the Moses parted the Red Sea for him or somehow, and he just got a little bit lucky with the incident. And I mean, not saying that he didn't drive well because he was quite quick this week. He had a couple of off weeks, I think, and he's now back on his usual form. So I mean that's great to see. Like to Steven. I mean I've fought Steven so many times. I'd rather fight Pete. No, he did a really good job, and he got through quite quickly somehow. And then I figured I was never gonna be able to catch up with him because of the 5 seconds, and then I just started fuel saving. At a certain point, I was already before we already ended the lap. I was already fuel saving with the clutch. It got quite ridiculous at a certain point. I think Derek Crowder was behind me, and he also was having some looks at the hairpin. And I was like, okay, now I'm overdoing it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I filled up 9 liters. I wanted to do 8, but that was too little. I ended up with 0.2.
Okay. And we saw you passing Andy Littler at one point, and giving him a bit of a nudge. Go on.
I don't know what you're on about, man.
Okay, we'll let you sort that out.
You know, the thing was like I had this super weird thing in my wheel and it just snapped left a little bit.
Of course. How many people believe that, Jay?
Mechanical difference, mechanical issues.
Fanatec wheel or one of those fancy $3,000 ones?
Aztec. So it's a tech wheel.
Aztec.
Yeah, just simple weird things. I mean, there was nothing going on, and it just suddenly snapped to the left. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
Happens to the best of us, I suppose.
Well, next week's race couldn't be more different, I don't think. I've never actually seen what the bike circuit looks like at Spa.
We were discussing
literally
this.
a single.
It's one corner, right?
Yeah, one corner, and it was designed like that for well, mainly bikes, but I think also the WEC used it because it was easier for multi-class racing. Just a slightly less tight single corner. That's all it is.
Oh, right.
It's only changing the entire course.
Wow. In that case, yeah, you can't get more different, can you? Tight and twisty short track like Zandvoort, and then you've got Spa, which is a open sweeping race.
Oh, it's a speaker corner.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's a little bit more open up. I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually, when I was in the Honda, I'm usually quite quick on Spa. But yeah, well, Spa is too long for TCR. Let's be honest. But
I would say the same, actually. I don't like agreeing with you. I did
I
also
feel
use. Sorry, go on.
So I was going to say, for a bigger grid though, like this, I think it definitely makes it a little bit more tolerable.
Yes.
Especially
But
it's endurance, isn't it? So it's not a.
the counter argument there is that we did do you remember, Pete, that we did the F4 league like way back?
It was so funny.
Second mention.
Second
Right.
mention. Honestly, folks.
Oh, really?
If you've not, yeah. If you've not.
Oh, it's for
watched that
Jamie
race-
because Jamie murdered me twice.
He did, yeah. Yeah, I owe him a tenner. So yeah, if you've not watched that race, folks, go and find it on the BSTV channel. It's
It was
the
great.
funniest race.
It was honestly, God, we had only 8 cars on the grid, and it was one of the most fun I ever had. And we all didn't know how the car worked, and we just jumped in. We didn't do any practice. That was the way the league was set up. We basically had the gentleman's agreement: don't practice, just do the practice in front of the race, and then start racing. I mean, I miss those times.
Yeah, there's people do hours with the racing in this one. But yeah,
well, especially Carl, because he's fat.
Yeah. Well, I've had enough of talking to you now. So anybody you want to anybody you want to shout out to?
Well, definitely not the TCR disc because they followed in this national layout, Jay. And
Before I was appointed, so you can't even say anything to me. Have you seen the new
Well-
schedule though?
I haven't.
It literally released as the session started today.
Yeah, it
I'll let
did,
you.
yeah.
Oh, well, we won't go into it on there, but yeah, it's interesting.
Where is it on again? Announcements, right?
Oh, he's not going to search for it now. Anyway, is that all your goodbyes? Because we've got other people to speak to. You know, it's just
Why
rubbish
would
here.
you phone in Sonoma with an escort
Oh,
short?
he's found it. Oh, he's not going to shut up now. Oh dear.
Okay, well, I mean, now I know that's all Jay's fault, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Jay for being here, definitely not you, Pete.
No.
Alan, obviously because Alan is a legend. Stephen Walker for not complaining about the fact that he hated the track even more than I did.
He'll hate it more
he got
now. Oh my god, he'll hate it more now.
He got into an incident, and normally I hear him shout, but I didn't realize he got into an incident after like 20 laps or something. He said, "Yeah, I got into an incident." It's like, well, you didn't say anything. Yeah, because I hated the track. So he just tried to help JB out a little bit. Also, I tried to help JB out. So shout out to JB because he's always there in Discord and really good fun to see. Shout out to Geodesic obviously for having me in a team, and yeah, I mean that's one of the great things, great decisions they made.
Yeah.
If you for letting me race, because I already went out for a run after my marathon today, and I went.
Weirdo.
Anyone? Yeah, I know, man. Casper for not killing anyone because I think he got a clean race this time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I like that. That's brilliant.
And all the new guys. I mean, we had a couple of new guys, and I think they are getting used to the league, and it's great to see that. We still have new signups, even though the season already started up and booted up. I saw Tony and Liam in a little bit of an incident, but I think they worked it out already. So yeah, I mean, it's good to see that we still attract new people and new people to TCR. And I mean, I'm the most arrogant guy you can find at TCR, but the rest of the community is quite nice.
Cool. No, that's very good. And you managed to do that with only one swear word. So, thank you very much.
Fuck this shit. 2.
3. In that case, we'll see you probably complaining about Spa this time next week. Wobbly.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
If I win it, I'm not complaining.
Well, all right. He'll be complaining then, Jay.
I saw that smothering, Jay.
I forgot to mute.
See you
I'll
later.
see you guys
Bye.
later, man.
Oh, he flushed himself. I like doing that. It feels so much better when I do it. Right, we're going to bring in one of the new drivers now into the... Oh, no, we're not, because I don't know where he's gone. Oh, there he is. It's just massive delay. So welcome to the booth. Welcome to the league. Welcome to the Elbows Out Racing of TCRs. I'm going to let you say your surname so that I know how to say it. Chesney.
So it's actually Van den Broeke.
Broeke.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's actually Dutch.
Yeah. I
Something
figured it was Dutch. But thank you for allowing me and Jay to say your name probably incorrectly again in the future because we'll forget.
Broeke.
Broeke.
Yeah, you can butcher it as much as you want.
Oh, in that case, we're
Fantastic.
fine.
Yes.
We're fine, Jay. We've got no problems here. So, welcome to the league. Welcome to the racing. So, you've joined as part of the Rita Engineering Esports team, which have come mob-handed. I think you've got 5 races. It's great to see you guys joining at this point in the season. How did you find it tonight? Some of you had a good race. Some of you had a bit of a bumpy race. Yours was pretty good, all told, wasn't it? You were 27th in the first race, 22nd in the second. So you've obviously learnt from the first one and moved forward.
Yeah, it was actually my very first league race. So
Wow!
I've
Right.
been-
Okay.
so I had a lot of stress. So it was like it was just like a championship I was in one. So I joined the practice session and I noticed immediately I was the slowest one of the bunch.
Oh, well, that's just part of joining a... So, there is a massive difference, Jay, isn't there, between racing in officials and racing in leagues. Racing in officials, it's everything is eyes forward, not really bothered about who you wipe out as long as you get your I rating and you get your safety rating if possible. Whereas league racing, you've got to turn up again and face these same people next week. it's a totally different exercise, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, it was because I was in the family mentality because all fast guys I will let them through, so I can be friendly with them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what this is all about. League racing is where you learn about racing. To be honest, do you learn as quick in officials? I don't think you do, Jay. I think it's one of those situations where because there is the attraction to get I rating and safety rating, you ignore the fact that there is a craft to the actual racing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel with league racing, it helps you become a better driver. With officials, you're showing off what you have learned, pretty much,
That's
with
a
the
good way
added
to do
bonus of iRacing and safety rating on top of there. But with league racing, uh, like you've both said, like you have to face all these people every single week. You got to keep respectful because people remember and they will give out receipts every
Yeah,
now and then if you have wronged them.
yeah.
But yeah, it's league racing. You always have somebody to fight against with a league race, whereas where it's official, you don't always know what you're going to get. So that's why I quite like the league racing compared to officials. Although officials can be good as well if we can keep participation up.
Yeah, and did you find it a bit different, Chesney, being in a race with such a broad skill um, window? So you've got people in here with an I rating of 7,000, and you've got people in here with an I rating of 800. It's a huge spectrum, and that can be unusual for people joining leagues.
It really was because I was, and then first race I was fighting Fiona.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which I rating he has, but I noticed the difference already in the smoothness of his driving.
Yeah.
Like I think he was higher, I don't know, but where I was rough in the hairpin, I noticed he was going really taking a smooth line, going fast routes, so I had to find another place to catch him up.
Well, she has an I rating of exactly the same as you, funnily enough, 1400 ish. Been racing in our leagues for many, many years, and will probably be very, very appreciative of you describing her driving in that way because, you know, racing in these leagues where you've got the super fast at 7k, 8k, it can be quite daunting. And I think you have handled yourself very, very well for your first race week, I have to say. It's a very professional performance. I don't know what your opinions are, Jay.
Sorry, I was in the I was trying to get all my sounds working because everything
Oh.
was cracking. All I heard
Oh.
there was literally Jay. I was like,
Oh, well done.
oh God. Sorry.
We'll just say yes. But yeah,
Yes.
hopefully your team will continue to race with us, Chesney. We go to Spa as an endurance race next week. So this is going to be an 80-minute race. Is that right, or is it 60? I can't remember. I don't even know the rules to my own leagues. But yeah, it's going to be a much different affair, completely different track. You know, Spa is a wide open track, even on the bike layout. I've never raced the bike layout, but you know, the difference to Zandvoort is phenomenal. How do you think your team's going to turn up again? And do you think you're going to enjoy racing at Spa?
Well, of course, it's my home circuit, so
Oh, right, there we go.
so I'm gonna represent my country, of course, even
Absolutely.
if with or without the team, even.
Cool.
But I want to to drive against everyone again because it's actually really really fun, really really fun.
Good.
Uh, so we will see next week.
Excellent stuff. Is there anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Spa bike layout?
Um, well, actually, I hope my coworker watches because I was my coworker Cedric. He also drives TCRs in racing,
Oh, okay.
and just 5 minutes before the race starts, I said to him, "Yeah, you have to watch the stream. I'm gonna be in it." So I hope he's watching it,
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
also all the rest of the drivers. I never experienced such close racing, such decent racing. So
Uh,
everyone.
yeah, that's really good to hear, and thanks for that feedback. You know, that's what these leagues are all about. It's about enjoying it, being part of it, being part of the community, and enjoying yourself. And you know, if people aren't enjoying it, then okay, they need to step away. And we have drivers that step away for a couple of seasons and then they come back again and all that business. And it's healthy for them to do that. And you know, you could get, you know, upset by the fact that they've left us and we don't know that they're coming back, but they do because you know, they love this league. It resounds in people's hearts and minds. So great that you've joined us. Great that your team has joined us. And we wish you the very best in your practice for this time next week at Spa, your home circuit. We're expecting a win. I'm only kidding. From Chesney Vanden Broeke. Is that right?
Yes, it's
Excellent. I said
great.
it right, Jay. Oh my god. It's the
Thank
first name
you.
I've got right all night. Excellent.
Fantastic work.
Yeah. See you next week, Chesney.
See you next week.
He was a nice bloke, wasn't he? We'll have him
Fantastic.
back. Yeah, definitely.
That should be my audio fix now. So I've
Oh,
been
good.
playing with a load of settings. Discord's just being Discord.
All right. Yeah, Discord can be a harsh, you know, tool to have to manipulate. Anyway, my crazy ranting over. Welcome to the booth, Casper Smirnov. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty
to be
good.
honest.
Pretty good. Oh my God, Jay. He's got 2
I'm,
podiums.
I'm finally happy with my driving.
Good.
I
It's only
told
taken
you.
about a bleeding year. What the hell? I blame Magda. The whole, you know, success is Magda's. Anyway, third place in both races. You've got to be utterly happy with that.
Especially with second one because
Yeah.
I was 2 times millimeters from death.
I've seen
2
your
times in a row.
Yeah, I've seen
Cars
your
I've
punch
seen
screenshots.
from
photos.
me.
Amazing.
That was mega close. Whose is the first one? The blue
Steve,
front.
and second one was Liam.
Oh, Liam, right? He's in the chat. I'm going to get him next. So if you're listening, Liam, stay around. Yeah, that was. You were passed by millimeters on both occasions. Code Brown moments every time. I think you said that, didn't you, Jay? You said Code
Yes,
Brown.
yep.
You did, yeah.
Or a lot of mess.
Yeah, a lot of mess.
In a
that
bad
was it.
way.
Yeah. Fantastic entertainment tonight, Casper. That was brilliant. Any other than the 2 ridiculously close moments? Any other standout moments for you?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm just happy with my pace. Was with my pace
Mhm.
because I was like, I had pace of Wobbly, I had pace of Pete Newman. Like I was there. I was not for fighting them, but I was not losing to them.
Yeah.
Like
Did you realise that you were 0.02 of a second away from getting the fastest lap?
yeah, I know that. I know that.
Oh, really? So frustrating. You were pipped by, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud on a broadcast. In the second race, you were beaten by Jamie Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah, toe was massive.
Toe was massive, was it? Right. Okay.
Like I also had my fastest lap in tow.
Ah. Okay. Well, that's evidence towards that then.
What is funny? It was behind him.
Really?
and he went behind me and did fastest lap.
Oh, no way. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Trading fastest laps with the guy in front of you. when he was behind you. Yeah, that's just mental. So next week we're going to Spa for an endurance race. It's the bike layout. Jay, in his absolute wisdom, has said that it's just the smoothing out of one of the corners. How did you go at Spa? You must have raced it loads because everybody does, right?
Yeah, also raced there here in Lake, and I
Oh,
just
yeah.
hope for rain because I know Honda will suffer there.
Okay. For the right fee, I think Jay, you'll agree with me. We can organise rain, right?
Maybe even snow.
Snow. Yeah, we could do snow for the right money.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, and we're cheap as well. We're not talking loads of money. We're talking like £2 or £3. You know, it's the UK. It's the UK economy,
Twitch sub.
Casper. It's ruined. Yeah. Trump says 10% tax. We're just destroyed. So.
Oh, in the background right now
I
is
know.
that instance
It is.
that
Yeah.
Casper just missed out on.
I know.
The
Oh, we
turn.
have my
Yeah, this is it.
Here we go.
miss.
Here we go.
This is it.
Watch this
It's
in
going
slow
across.
motion.
And
You can hear him
whoops.
screaming.
I was
Wow.
full brakes like
I bet
50
you
meters
were.
early.
Yeah, I think your eyes were closed. Mine would have been, but mine are when I'm driving normally, so it doesn't make any difference to me. But yeah, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
My computer, because it decided to not work like half an hour before race.
Hey,
Oh no.
Like, I booted it up.
yeah.
It didn't want to start iRacing. I restarted it like 5 times.
Uh-huh.
Still didn't want to start iRacing, so I had to reinstall it,
Oh no way.
Oh.
then
wow.
restart it
Oh,
like
my
3 times, and
God.
then it had to work.
I've not. So my computer.
I was so angry
I
at it.
know. It's been a lot of years, and it's a couple of computers ago, but I've had that happen to me, and that is just horrendous. My latest PC I built myself, and in fact the last 5 PCs I built myself, but I've had that happen, and it's just awful. Have you had that, Jay? Although you're super famous, so you've probably got like the best computer on planet Earth, haven't you?
Oh, no, I actually built the PC I'm on right now, and I probably built it about 5-6 years ago. After my old one blew up after doing Le Mans. And I think mine slow. Yeah.
Everybody's had a
my,
PC burn out at Le Mans.
Yeah, and my whole team did. All
really?
4 of us replaced our PCs within the following 3 months because stuff started happening to them.
Yeah.
But it's fine. This one's starting to go now, so I'm going to wait for prices to go down and I'm going to attempt it again.
Prices never go down, Jay. They only
yeah,
go up.
I should buy now, shouldn't I?
You should. Trump will put 25% tax on something.
Maybe I should give you like £3.
Yeah, the £3.
A Twitch sub will do. That's fine.
Twitch sub,
We'll make it.
that.
We'll make it rain literally cats and dogs.
It'll be a torrent. You won't be able to see anything. It'll be like rainfall and stuff. Yeah. If you open your mouth, you'll drown. It'll be the rain will be that strong.
SpongeBob will run across the road.
Yeah. He'll be fine as well. He'll be fine. He'll survive. But we will look forward, Casper, to seeing you this time next week. It's always brilliant having you in the interview room. Just turn up, even if you don't even score points. It's great. Yeah, thanks to Magda yet again for letting you race and being your race your crew chief and telling you what to do, because let's face it, that's why you won. And we will see you this time next week. Casper Smirnoff, everybody.
See ya, guys.
See you later.
Take care.
Totally lost what I was saying just then. Don't know whether it showed. Obviously it did. Right, next we're going to bring into the booth. Liam O'Sullivan. Good evening. Is he there? Have we got Liam?
Yes.
Liam? Oh, he's there.
Oh,
Right,
there we go.
excellent. Cool. Right, that's good. I thought for a minute there it was going to be embarrassing, like all of my other interviews always are. We should talk about the first race, right? Where did you finish in the first one? Let's have a look.
10th.
I think 10th.
10th.
I think I did all right.
10th overall.
10th, yeah. That's that's spectacular. Given your first race in one of our leagues, we had you racing and fighting with Jaden for quite a lot of that. You were in that massive train of cars at one point, weren't you? That was just. We could have thrown a blanket. Well, we could have thrown a small Rizzler paper over many of you all at once. How was your introduction to BSTV League?
Yeah, really good. I mean, I was just trying to get to know the guys then in the waiting room and everyone, and kind of the general philosophy of the league. I mean, I've been driving Indy cars for 4 years, so it's a massive difference in step coming for me to for
Second
such a
IndyCar
thing.
mentioned tonight.
I know. What's
Yeah.
that about?
So,
I heard about that. I heard you discussing it on the stream, and I was like, yeah. But I've obviously it's a very, I mean, similarities, kind of both small communities to a certain extent compared to other parts of iRacing.
Yeah.
But everyone seems a lot more chill compared to the IndyCar side. Everyone seems to hate each other over there. But yeah, I mean, it's been super fun this league. I ruffled a few feathers, I think, in both races, but it was all good trying to learn that my car is wider than an Indy car. But kept it clean until I think I met Tony Walker, and
Yes, you
I
did.
got a bit of a baptism of fire. But
Yeah.
which I mean, yeah, I mean it's touring car racing at the end of the day. So I mean, it put a brief end, and then I forgot to put the fast repair on, so then it gave me a lesson of yeah. So then that put an end to my second race, which was annoying because I think I had the pace to I was hoping to get to the front of that pack and then just defend for my life.
Right. Yeah.
I had my teammate Jack there as well to help me behind me, so I thought, okay, well, I'm in a good position here, even though it's in the chaotic pack. No one can overtake each other. But then, yeah, I just kind of was minding my business, and then touring car bit me. So
Yeah. Well, these races aren't. Well, this is a very tight and twisty track, and when you put 32 cars onto a tight and twisty track like this, you can expect things to happen, and you found one of them. Hopefully, it's not put any of you guys off from the Rita Engineering Esports team, because you've come mob-handed, I have to say, and you've come with some very strong guys with you in terms of capability, all the way down the field. To be honest, in each of the different classes. Jack James, where did you find him?
he used to race in your league, actually. He did a few
he?
rounds. Oh, we're talking like, what would it have been for you? 11, 12 on the seasons.
Oh my God, you're going back
way
years
back,
now.
way back.
As
He
everybody
used
will
to
attest.
race you.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and I still kept tabs of your league. I was still subscribed to you, and I was like, oh, I thought, oh, I'd check in on you guys, and I saw the amount of cards you had, and I was like, oh, still going very strong. So
Yeah.
I brought him back to the league and kind of said everyone. I mean, it's difficult for me. This is still planned for me as a one-off and come back in the future because I've got university A-level exams coming up in a month, so I can't commit to
No.
everything.
I understand.
So I said 2 months time I'll come back and give this a full-time shot.
Mhm.
But and definitely be back. But yeah, I mean it was great fun.
Good.
As I
good.
said, I've not got after I had formed a bit of a hit list of people I hit early on. I haven't got any angry DMs yet, so we're all good.
I don't think you'll get any because
No, it doesn't seem like it.
no, this league's not like that. I mean, some of them are very contentious leagues, aren't they? Where people get very upset by the smallest of things. This is a community that talks it through, talks it out, and resolves it in the nicest possible ways. People do make mistakes, and sometimes the red mist does come down, and this league seems to just absorb it fairly well, and it's good to see. It's very healthy, I have to say. But yeah, it's great that you guys joined us. Jack James, it's not. It kind of does and does not trigger with me. And Sam said, Sam Boozen, who does all the seriously technical stuff in the background, he was saying that Jack already had an account with us, and that makes a lot of sense what you're saying now. So yeah, it's I need to change his team name on the website, but that's an easy thing to change. I love your paint jobs. Who does your paint jobs?
Jonas, writer. I'll give him a quick shout out.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
a
do
real
it.
life team. Real life team. They used to race in GT World Challenge. You can find their Lamborghini on ACC. Actually, it's on there.
Knew it's a
Notoriously the
Lambo.
slowest car on there. They're now in LMP3 in Le Mans Cup in real life. So, for those who keep up with that, you can find them there at the moment. I think they're doing all right. They're planning. They've tried. I think 2 cars in there. Otherwise, mainly endurance team. Anyone out there who wants to join, we're pretty much open for entries. Anyone who's looking to make the step up, especially at the higher end, always open for anyone who wants to join. But yeah, big shout to Jonas. He did all the liveries quite last minute for us. We got 3 different liveries going on. But yeah, it's the car looks great, especially it's something we've never really driven before. Like I said, we're either GT3, GTP, or in my case, an IndyCar driver, and just come over for a bit of fun. And hopefully, in the near future, we'll be back for more of it.
Yeah, absolutely right. And there's no pressure to race all the races, like some leagues pressure you to do. What were you going to say, Jay?
Oh, just yeah, the paint jobs. I could tell the badge slightly. It was either Alfa Romeo or Lambo. I'm glad that I got 50% right. But yeah, fantastic liveries. I absolutely love them, and I think Pete loves the purple one as well.
I do, yeah. It's very, very classy. Just zoomed in on it on the broadcast. And you need to have a conversation with Jamie Wilson, because Jamie Wilson does IndyCar as well, or did do for many years. So you
Yeah, we had a brief discussion.
Oh, right,
We
cool.
spoke about I run an IndyCar league actually on or help run it on Saturdays. I do a European friendly one of them, so I'm big over there. But yeah, apart from that, it's I'm trying to branch out, but especially after my exams are done, I'll be every day. I've got for 4 months just no pressure, nothing to do other than I can just race every day.
No, good.
Which will be nice. So I can then try and see how quick I can get in this. I don't know. There seems to be some pretty fast guys in this, so there's definitely a wide skill range that I can work my way up on here, and especially get my racecraft back up in a different car. After IndyCar's quite passive compared to this, you work together, quite nice. Where to this is a bit more.
Yeah.
No, certain times you get help, but certain times you're gonna have 3 people diving up the inside of you at once, and you need to adapt and learn to that, which I need to get back into.
Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Make sure you do the best you absolutely can in your A levels, obviously, and we expect to hear great things about what you've achieved, in future races when you can rejoin us properly. But yeah, hopefully your teammates will stick around. It's it's been great fun tonight. I've loved it, and your team has contributed immensely to it. Ben had a fantastic second race and a great first race, to be fair. Obviously,
So I was trying to encourage them back
Yeah.
for this season. They might be able to come back, but like I say, you won't be seeing any more of me for at least 2 months, which
no,
it's
and
a shame, but it's I need to be realistic on that.
No,
So
you do, yeah, too
yeah,
right. Yeah, your future is
I'll
hinged
definitely
on
be
the
back.
next few weeks. So yeah, absolutely
Yeah,
right.
I'll definitely be back though.
Yeah.
But yeah, quick shout out. I know Mum, Dad, Granddad were watching. I don't
Oh,
know.
good.
It's rather impromptu. I wasn't expecting an interview. I didn't know how you guys worked. I was just chatting to some of the guys, but nice anyway.
Yeah, I talk to
Nice
anybody.
extra. Oh, you talk to anybody? Okay. But yeah. Otherwise, thanks guys. It's bedtime for me, I
Yeah,
suppose.
too right. Okay, well,
Yeah.
best of luck on those exams. It's such an important part of your life that you need to just completely focus on it. And we look forward to embracing you on the other side of it. Liam O'Sullivan, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
He was a nice guy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Have
we're
more-
we're
Yeah.
attracting them all, aren't we?
I know that. Blimey, crikey. It's all good. And how, like, nationally diverse is that team? They've got people from Holland, they've got people from the UK. I mean, good grief. Right, okay. Let's bring in, for the next one, Paul Hurley. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Right, let me find you on the standards because you're quite high up. Oh, there we go. Right, so in the first race you finished 21st. In the second race you finished 17th. That just an average sim racer car. We saw it in various states of disarray in one of the races. You were missing bits.
I'd like to explain that.
Right, go on then.
Okay, so it was one of the new guys, and down towards the hairpin, he started braking as we was, and it was just like he sort of stood on him by the apex, and that was nothing I could have done. I mean, if you look on the safety stance, I'm pretty high. I'm not a dirty driver, and it was just I tried to avoid him and just clipped his rear quarter, and I apologise for that, and then I had damage after that because obviously that took all the front end away, and I had to drive as fast as I could while staying out of the way a little bit. I was a little bit frustrated because I think I might have finished a bit higher actually in this race.
He did all right in the first place. Jay, he's setting up the he's lighting up the timing screens in the AM class.
Yeah.
Before he went into this, he was, and I'm going to go and find it because I like to talk serious numbers. He was third in AM class, 110 points behind on the left-hand column. A lot less behind on the right-hand column. Daniel Lewis kind of not running away with it yet, but he's a strong candidate for that AM class victory.
He did not have a good night.
He
unfortunately
didn't.
for him.
Second race, he was involved with Salvatore, I think it was, which has completely opened up everything, especially when you get the drop weeks involved. And like what we were probably saying at the end of the second week of the season, I think the AM League is starting to finally open up a bit, and we could be in for a very interesting next few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't want things to happen to him because he's one of my friends, but it has allowed me to close the gap on him, and it brings a bit more jeopardy into it, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely, and the rest of the team as well, just really solid results. And for yourself, so you got third place first race. Whereabouts did you get on the second race?
So I was second. I feel like I've been second in both. There's a new guy in there, isn't there? I don't know. Ben, was it Ben?
Yes, that is. Yeah, Ben got the win on the first race. I remember that one.
Yeah, I think he got the win on the second as well.
He did, yeah. He did, yeah.
Kudos
to him.
I mean, hands up. I don't know where to put some of these new guys. I've never seen them before. His I rating is around about yours.
2.2. You see, just shift him up now, and I've claimed 2 wins.
Right. yeah. Yours is 1900-ish, according to SDK.
Every time I get above 2K, something happens. I was 2.5 before. It then bounces back down again, but I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, it's not worth getting too worried about, is it? I rating is not a great benchmarker, especially when you got people like Jamie Jeffrey knocking about with 1,900, and he's a pro racer because he never races officials; he only ever races leagues.
This is it.
Yeah, so I think you've done remarkably well tonight.
Well, in the first race, I had Dura and Mr. Tickle Jordan, who say his name, in front of me, and
Demis, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I had the pace, but it's just so hard to pass around here. And in the second race, I had Mr. Creamer behind me, and I managed to keep him at bay as well. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, and Chris Dixon managed to move his way up right to your into contention. He was four seconds behind you, but that's still healthy pressure, if you want to term it that way.
The problem with having a crash early is you can't pit because obviously it's not going to fill you enough to the end. So I had to drive around several laps with the damage, obviously, which was taking time out of me. But it's either that or you're sacrificing another pit stop. So I had to do that.
Yeah, true enough. We go. Sorry, go on.
Chris has got faster. He's driving well.
He has got faster, and he's got he's worked on his reliability for a couple of seasons, and now he's clearly working on his speed. So we're going to speak to him very, very shortly. But yeah, it's we've got Spa next time out on an endurance race. Hopefully that's going to be a tantalising prospect for you. Did you go okay there?
I do. I love Spa. It's
Oh.
Spa bike, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
Yes.
I've never raced it. And Jay, with the ultimate wisdom that is Jay Corley, has described it. And it's not too much different from the main layout.
It's the same with one corner difference, where it's just almost like a 90-degree left-hander where you'd go around no. I think that's the only difference.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I like Spa. I mean, in these cars, you need to be together with other cars because if you drop out of that sort of tow, you go in a lonely race.
Yeah, we've seen the best and the worst of Spa in our leagues over the years. Sometimes it can be a bit of a snorathon, and sometimes it can be ridiculous. And we're hoping for ridiculous because that's what we enjoy.
You're all in the same bit of tarmac, aren't you? So
yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, people were complaining about this track tonight, but I think, it made, being how it was, it made for a close and entertaining race. As difficult as it was to pass, it's also difficult to run nose to tail as well. So kudos to everyone. There was a very good crash. Well, not a good crash, but a spectacular crash at the start of the second race, wasn't it?
There was, yeah. And yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I've got no complaints about this. Jay, you seem to like it as well when you were describing your race yesterday.
Yeah, it definitely puts you under pressure with concentration, and you've just got to. It's a good track to test how consistent you really can be, and I think with tonight's grid as well, if you've got 30 plus other races around you, consistency and concentration are definitely the two things which are going to be right at the top of your list of things that you need to make sure are absolutely immaculate for the night.
And I think modulation of your controls as well, the throttle and the braking. It was a bit of a test, and obviously them laps come around pretty fast, don't they? Sort of 1 minute 14, 1 minute 15 lap.
Yeah, well, one mistake could completely ruin your entire night.
Definitely. And Pete, I have to say, I said last week this was better than the full layout, and you said, "Well, it's okay to be wrong." So
yeah, absolutely. Oh dear, that's funny.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. So it's endurance next week, isn't it, Spawn?
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very different, a whole different experience, and that's what I like about these TCR leagues.
I wonder. It normally rains at Spa, doesn't it? I wonder if we'll see some rain.
Oh, we've already been down this route. Casper's going to pay me a sum of money, and we're going to make sure it rains. Isn't that right, Jay?
And if he subs to my Twitch, then it's going to be snow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, too much money, too much rain.
You might find you get a higher fee from someone for keeping it dry.
Well, we'll take any amount of money.
Bidding war.
Yeah, bidding war. Nice. Yeah, let's go with that.
Closed envelope. Yeah.
Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, commiserations to Mr. Lewis.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's been fast running the officials all week. I know he finished third in Jay's broadcast behind you and who was it? Wobbly, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been rapid around here, so I was expecting him to do really well, and unfortunately, it didn't go that way for him. Deck had a good result. Two P9s, I think. Deck did well after changing car and losing 200 points. Yep, and obviously for the rest, just everybody really, you guys, and the new people who turned up, especially what's his name, Liam. He's very chatty in the interview room, and a couple of the other guys. And again, sorry for that guy I hit. He was unintentional. I apologise for that.
Yeah, I've seen that on the chat. But yeah, great driving yet again, Paul. And it's great to have you guys in that Blade Designs crew, whether it's just an average sim racer or SRL in our leagues. And we look forward to seeing you this time next week at Spa. Paul Hurley.
Yeah, definitely, fellas. Thank you, fellas. Have a good night. Take care.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Cool, right. I'm losing my voice. So we're going to bring in all of the work guard cars for an interview. So there's Chris Dixon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening. We're going to bring in Fee. Good evening. Is Fee there? I could just...
Good evening.
Ah, there we go. All right, we got it. Yeah, that's good. And Andy Littler. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Right, okay. We'll start with Chris. So you've had a very good night. What did you do in the first race, though? I can't remember. Let me go and find out.
25th overall and 4th in class.
See, this is why Jay's brilliant.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well,
I could have said anything. Just
Yeah.
Well, you could have done. You still have been brilliant. Let me get back to where I was going. There we go. Right, excellent. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I playing? Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. So yeah, 25th, just outside podium positions. I've put Ben Mulryan in your class. Apologies, because he kind of dusted you. And then in the second race, Chris, you got is that a third? Is that a podium?
Yeah,
third?
it was a third, I think.
Yeah. Great car control this evening. When we saw you on track, you were fighting sometimes with drivers on recovery drives like Jamie Jeffrey, but you held your own well.
That's right, I let Jamie go.
Yeah, we saw that. We
Plowed
were
into
on
the
you.
back of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I moved over off the racing line again on the next corner, and he hit the back of me again.
Yeah, we
I
saw
thought,
it. Yeah.
So after that, I thought, right, I'll just go.
Yeah.
I just don't think he was expecting me to get out of his way, and he was trying to line up to get past.
He's been in Australia for months, so he's probably forgotten what it's like to drive a car, even though they drive on the same side as we do. But yeah, hopefully that was an enjoyable pair of races. It looked like it from what I was viewing of you.
Yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good battle in the first race for the first few laps, and then got a bit. Well, I stayed with the pack, but I was dropping about 0.1, 0.2 of a second a lap. They were pulling on me, so eventually they got away, and they were about 5 seconds ahead of me, I think, by the end. But yeah, it was good. It was, learning off some of the some of the front runners that ended up at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pick a few tips up off them when following them. So,
Well, that's what these shorter races, and these tight and twisty tracks can provide for the guys in the AM class, which is other people to race against. Because I mean, Jay, this is not an easy track to drive for anybody, is it? And we've seen a few of the top class, top end drivers end up in a series of puddles of tears, and fighting with the AM class guys.
yeah, it's like we said with Paul, it's a track that just requires so much concentration just to keep consistent around it, and mistakes happen, and it brings a lot of drivers back, and if that ends up helping you lot get some tips on there, and maybe even driving techniques or lines that you wouldn't have thought of doing in the first place, if that makes sense. So copying some of these bigger ones, you got to take all the chances you can when they're given to you like this. So it's with a lot of the shorter tracks, it's going to give a lot of opportunities to mix up and have people racing against people who maybe on a normal race you probably won't even see on the track.
yeah, definitely. I know when coming out the hairpin down into that right-hander and then left, and I don't know what they're called, but I was taking that right-hander and I wasn't taking nowhere near enough curb. And when I followed Jamie and Carl, when I let Carl go, I realised I could probably make half a second up there.
Yeah.
And I did virtually every lap. But yeah, I was running quite consistently in the 115s, so I was pretty happy with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cause contention here now, and say, you are the team performer for Work Guard, right?
I wouldn't say that. We all
Here we go.
Yeah, we're all pretty near
Very
each other.
diplomatic.
Yeah. Careful you don't get splinters in your bum with that one, won't you? Sitting on the fence like that.
He's definitely our team leader.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Right, Fee's promoted you straight away. Andy was laughing at you, so I don't think he has.
No, Andy's normally pretty quick. He was a little bit slower this time, weren't you, Andy? But
I kept
I don't
getting
know, you're
shit
normally-
starts again.
you're normally quicker than me, so yeah.
I can't get that thing off the line.
Oh dear. Well, let's talk to you then, Andy, because you know you're right. You didn't get away well, did you?
No.
And but you know your incident points are low as far as I can see.
The first race, yeah.
First race, right?
Second race, I've got to apologise for my front bumper. Sorry, my back bumper.
Back bumper.
Kept getting in the way of Rene. Yeah, it kept getting in the way of the Rene's front bumper.
Okay, loaded sentence for those watching. Okay. Yeah, I mean the faster guys when they're coming back through the field because Rene had to. You know, he was well out of position. It can be a bit of a challenge both sides. I mean, Jay, you'll have faced this, right? Because you're a super fast, super famous, people want your signature kind of guy. You know, making your way, making your way through on, shall we say, cars that are still developing or drivers that are still developing. It's got its own challenges, hasn't it? Because there's an unpredictability, or rather, you're used to racing with people at your own sort of speed, with your own sort of braking points, etc. And then someone starts braking before you expect them to. It's a learning curve, isn't it? You've got to adjust.
Yeah, absolutely, and you nailed it just with the word unpredictability. Like, you really have to be switched on, and with this track the way it is, even more so. There's not a lot of room for error, and if you're having to swerve out the way of someone who's braking maybe a little bit earlier than you're used to, you haven't got a lot of road, and in some cases you might have a car on either side of you or ready to take that gap, and one tire on the grass, and it could end up being like a bowling lane.
Yeah. It's I'm trying to think of a decent analogy to set against it, but my brain is fried now, and I'm it's late in the night, and I'm not very intelligent in the first place. So, but yeah, it's a challenge both sides. So you guys have got a level of responsibility to maintain your racing line, be as predictable as possible. Stay on the racing line as long and as often as you can, and be realistic. Whereas the guys that have a greater level of speed and capability in terms of car handling, maybe they're privy to greater levels of setups and things like that. They've got a responsibility to pass you safely, and it's that exchange which is a difficult equation to sometimes strike.
It is, and I don't think they think about it too much, to be honest. It's something that occurs quite often. I'm sure Phil will back me up on this. You try to keep on your racing line, do what everybody tells you, stay on the racing line, then we can predict where you're going to be and try and pass you. And then all of a sudden, they make a stupid lunge down the inside of you on a corner that's absolutely ridiculous. And you just think, why?
That it can. I mean, they've got a place to be, and so have you. And it's about both of you being on the same page at the same time. And for you probably will back Andy up, right? Because you've had a bit of a rough ride in the second race tonight. First race, where did you end up? Let's have a quick look. Where are you?
Just behind me, Phil, right?
Yeah,
25th.
Immediately behind you, but you had a bit more of a rough ride in the second race. Talk us through, and we can see you on the replay at the minute, out of the way of the front bumper of Rene, which Andy was referring to before. That front bumper looks pretty good right there, Jay, don't you think? It's pretty well formed.
Pristine, so would
pristine, yeah. No orange and black on it at all at the minute.
Got a couple of 4 incident points on the front of it.
Has it got 8 incident points attached to the front? That's good. That is such a good way to view that. That's brilliant. That is hilarious. But Fee, I mean, you're a legend of the series, aren't you? In terms of the development that you've come through over the seasons. How do you manage that that situation of faster cars making their way through the field?
It's a combination of, if you're in the corners, just hold your line, and in a straight, if they're far enough back that you can, I'll sort of move over, make it clear early that I'm pulling over and letting them go.
Right. Okay.
It's an hard one to judge at times, and especially on a track like this where the lap's short, there's a lot of corners, and it's very hard on a track like this with the amount of corners you've got and length of the track.
Okay. Well, we've got Spa next time out, and you know it's a different challenge completely. Hopefully, you'll all do extraordinarily well. We'll work our way down our little list of work guard drivers, starting with Chris. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Spa bike layout?
Yeah, yourselves, of course, for putting the shoe on and doing the job you do. We wouldn't be here without you, and obviously all the other drivers, and my team as well for just being there, sharing setups and stuff like that, and yeah. So,
well, excellent stuff and well said. The prime driver from Workguard. I'll just wait for his teammates to have a shot at me for that one. We will see you this time next week. Chris Dixon.
Good night, everyone.
Fee, who would you like to shout out to before we let you go?
You guys for putting the stream on, everybody who's took the time to watch your stream and mine throughout the night.
Are you streaming?
Yes, I started this season.
On Summer Farm?
Yes.
Okay, right, okay. Remind me to plug that next time, really. Yeah.
And a special shout out to Chesney. Race 1, until I burnt my tyres out, we was having one hell of a battle, and it was totally fair. It was spot on. For the first time in the league with us jumping in like he did. It's always hard to know what to do, but yeah, he was spot on with his racecraft and everything.
That's a really nice comment to make, isn't it, Jay? I mean, you know, to invite guys into our leagues and then for them to race so respectably and respectfully, to be called out in such a way is brilliant, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, you only get one first impression, and having it as positive as that, couldn't ask for anything better.
I like to, if people are like Chesney was tonight, it's only right to mention it and give him hope for going forward. I mean, he's going to get past and leave us behind, but at the minute I can stop with him.
Yeah. Well, you're exactly the same. I rated. He had good things to say about you, just in case you hadn't heard them in his interview. So yeah, very respectful on both sides. Well said. And we will look forward to seeing you this time next week at Spa. Fee.
Good night, everybody.
And then Andy, anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go?
Well, obviously yourself for the broadcast and everything. Jay, especially, for giving me a second with his lap guide.
Oh.
I couldn't get anywhere near the 15s in practice all week, and watched his guide and managed to take on board a few points and gained a second. So
fantastic news. Awesome.
Cheers, mate.
Jay wants to know when the money gets transferred. He's messaged me. I don't know what it means.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to, reiterate what Fee said. Chesney came past me early doors to get behind Fee, and then similar thing with me. He was spot on.
Right.
We sort of passed each other a couple of times, and yeah, it was good. Great racing with him.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And I'd also like to thank Chris for putting himself up as Oculus Prime for the Workguard team. So
that's fantastic. Oh dear, that's so funny. Oh dear, you are class. You are absolute class. Absolutely brilliant. Andy Littler, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Oh dear, they are a funny team. I love it. I know we're
Brilliant.
miles over the broadcast, and I know I said I wanted to finish early because I've got an early start and a train to catch in the morning, but it was worthwhile in my opinion. Right, Jay, we've got difficult decision after difficult decision. It's going to be very difficult for you because an ex-teammate of yours has just won a feature race. So Pete Newman's got to be up there in the scoring. Neither of us are allowed to vote for Wobbly, obviously, even though he came first and second, probably the most highest scoring performer. But we'll let the points shout themselves out for Wobbly. Casper, 2 third places is pretty remarkable. This is a night of remarkable driving, in my opinion, because then you've got someone like Jack James, in his first race with us, has not let the league overcome him. He's done fantastic in both races. Tony Walker has, appointed himself very, very well in both races as well, as has Jamie Wilson. The list honestly continues all the way down the field at the moment. And then you've got, conversations about Chesney being a brilliant, introduction to the league. And down, I say down, he's in AM class, and appointing himself really well that, people who've been in the league for years, and I mean that literally, are calling him out for being a great racer. I'm gonna. I don't know. Should I make you vote first? No, I never did that to Alan, so I'm not gonna do it to you. I am gonna vote for. Who do I vote for? I don't even know. Deck Crowther. Didn't even mention him. But he has jumped into the Audi. He's taken a 200-point penalty because he's joined the car that he likes the most, and he feels most comfortable in, and he's appointed himself remarkably well with it. I don't think he's accrued any incident points. I'm not sure about that. I know he got none in the second race. He's done spectacularly well, and I think that needs shouting out. So my vote for tonight comes left of field probably, and it goes to Deck Crowther.
Nice. I think I'm going to vote in a completely direction as well. Obviously their race wins speak for themselves. They're in pro for a reason, but my vote is actually going to go with Pete Newman for tonight. He kept with Wobbly, fantastic battle in that first race. In the second one, he took advantage of the traffic situation, kept it nice and clean, and he's been unlucky the past couple of weeks, almost snatching defeat out the jaws of victory sort of thing. But tonight absolutely nailed it. 2 very consistent performances, and in a pro category where we thought it had already been called after just a few rounds, this win tonight and keeping up there with Wobbly in the first race may have opened up not just the pro championship but also the teams championship.
That's very,
this could be
very
a pivotal point of the season.
I think you're absolutely on it. That's very, very poignant stuff that you've pointed out, and I think it's true of almost all of the categories. So pro has been turned on its head. Pro Am has been shuffled.
Again.
Again. Yeah, that one's just almost a mess. And then Am Class, I think that's a bit of a strange one this evening as well. Daniel Lewis ended up scoring poorly by his own standard, has opened up the door for everybody else, really. I think this is going to be a great season. I think we've had much more dramatic ones up to this point, but this one is at simmering point, approaching boiling point, in my opinion. So, thanks to everybody watching tonight. You're the reason that we do this, as well as the racers who turned up tonight. And what a great performance you've put on. Some people have had a bit of a rough time. You need to brush that off, and dust yourself down, and get back racing this time next week if you can. Very best of luck to Mr. O'Sullivan, Liam, with his exams that are coming up. Real important time in anybody's life. So best of luck with those. Keep the focus. We'll see you on the other side of it, no doubt. Great to see Rita joining us. Rita, I hope I'm saying that right. Rita Engineering Esports. They've clearly brought a bunch of fantastic drivers with them to the league. I'll find one with the actual paint on it. Where's Jack? There he is. And obviously thanks to Jay for joining me in the booth yet again. What a fantastic track description that was going around on that running lap. And if you want to see more of that and learn from Jay's vast experience, then don't forget to watch his stream, subscribe, obviously donate as much money as you can spare on Twitch.
Everything.
And everything you've got, every penny you own, because Jay's going to be a millionaire. And stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you this time next week. I'll hand you over to Jay.
Thank you very much. The listless tracks tonight may have caused the biggest implications of the league, and perhaps what we thought was predictable has now become anybody's game. Sometimes you like them small like this layout of Zandvoort. Some people prefer 'em a lot larger like Spa. So I'll see you on the larger side next week.